slaw
Always
is
extra
created
fries,
equal.
man. That shit's trash.
Nah, not all slaw is created equal. No, just tell the truth. Have you ever had the Zaxby's coleslaw?
Yes.
That shit fire.
We're gonna start a show just like this too. Let's keep the show
real,
rolling.
I'm not taking damn fries over there. I mean, slaw with fries though, regardless how good the shit tastes.
Fries is always there, bro. Good slaw is hard to come by. Decent fries you can get damn near anywhere.
New roll up, new vibes. Larry Young has quite
black people don't even rock with coleslaw like that, man. Go ahead. So let's get into it, man.
Larry Young got quite a taste. Welcome back, man. What is week 8 of the new roll up? We kicking it.
Something like that.
4 and 3, so it gotta be week 8 for me.
Man, twinsies.
Now you know better than that.
No, I don't. I do not. What you say, C? See, you just muted yourself.
My bad. They just finished the carpet in the new crib, man. So should be ready any day now, man.
Yeah. Let's get them on in there.
I wasn't comparing that for UCF.
No, bro. I'm just telling you, like.
All right, let's get back into this take of yours, man. So we was talking about the double fries, no slaw show. And you said you actually prefer the slaw over French fries, which is
not over. No, not over, but over double fries. Yeah, I don't want double fucking fries, bro. Double fries, like I said, it depends on the fries. Zaxby's has some elite slaw, and it's so crazy. Their coleslaw comes with like
you got elite fries.
They got elite fries,
right?
Too,
but okay, cool. They give you the slaw. The slaw is like in a 2-ounce ramekin, bro, and that shit is so good. Not everybody make good coleslaw, man. So
I'm not even gonna find out, fam.
You gotta try.
Coleslaw is a food for serial killers.
Yeah, that's just not even.
Oh, you can't have it. Period. Anyways, right? That's outside of your diet, huh?
I'm pretty sure they can make a vegan one. I don't even want that. I didn't want it before I stopped eating dairy. I'm damn sure you can eat it now.
Man, y'all wilding. Good slaw is hard to come by. It just depends on where you go at. Like if I go.
Bro, I'm not going slaw hunting though, bro. Like who
you just mix it.
Depends on where you going there, bro. I'm not going hunting for coleslaw.
No, I'm not hunting, but I always try coleslaw, cause it's the shit good, like this coleslaw slapping. So this shit trash. It might be. I'm an old man. I'm an old soul.
My uncles and my dad, people like that, like coleslaw.
Yeah, but that's some old soul shit, man.
My granddad was my father figure in my life, so I got some old man ways about me. I ain't denying that at all. Shout out to my uncle. My grandfather Nathaniel Bowers, rest in peace, bro. Yeah, that was my dude. So I definitely got old man ways about me, man. But yeah, I don't know. If y'all want the double fries, whatever. I'm just grown, bro. Fries, you get fries.
And then first of all, coleslaw ain't gonna fill you up. Like as a man, and you a big dude, like you say, man. Right. You trying to get full.
Yeah, but 4 chicken fingers, a side of French fries, and a side of coleslaw, I'm good. And a tea to wash it down with.
Some little veggie in there somewhere.
Yeah. So I feel better.
Fries are veggie too, so
yeah, it's a root. I eat fries, Harlan. I'm not denying fries. I say I don't eat double fries. Let's mix it up a little bit. That's all I'm saying.
Got you.
I stand alone in that. I'm cool standing alone. I do it all the time.
When the thick of things, when it falls, I feel a shift in the weather. Big time, even in South Florida, dog. It's a little shift, falls in the air. Halloween this weekend. What y'all got cooking?
Oh yeah, man, feeling like some real fall vibes, man. So it's feeling like that up this way too. In Tallahassee is a little different than that South Florida weather. We get that Georgia weather, to be honest with you. But yeah, man. So on Friday, and it's just gonna be a crazy weekend because it's FAMU homecoming up in Tallahassee as well. We'll get into that a little bit later, but Friday we're doing a little neighborhood trick or treat thing, and we did it the first year last year with COVID, and we kind of had just little tables and areas set up outside for the kids walk around the neighborhood and just grab candy off the tables. So we're definitely going to be doing that again this year. I think it's going to be like a yearly neighborhood tradition, and then after that, I think it's the 69 South. That's what it is, Larry on
69 South.
Yeah, that's some freaky shit.
Where the hell you get that from? Put that on me.
Yeah, so 85 South. Yeah, you see I threw it on you for clarification, right?
Yeah. Don't ever in your life say 69 South. Ain't that right, Larry? Dude, man.
But 85 South. Yeah, 85 South, man. Those guys doing their little tour coming through Tallahassee.
It's homecoming weekend, dog. There's a lot of buzz all over social media about FAMU homecoming, man. What's the city looking like?
I'll tell you no lie, man. I went to Cookman, this, that, and the other. But growing up in Tallahassee, man, there's no homecoming like a family homecoming, man. Like that shit is truly legendary, man. It's a whole event long week. Good vibes everywhere. People come from all over. Just come back, celebrating, the times they had in Tallahassee. Most people know some of the best times of life, if you do come through Tallahassee, is, during those college years in Tallahassee, because it's such a great college city or whatnot. So a lot of people come back in town just kind of relive those good times, go to the top flight, places like that. So yeah, it's definitely going to be a real good vibe in the city, man. But it's just a week-long event. The parade is second to none. You get high schools from all over with different bands coming to Tallahassee trying to do the parade. You got the Battle of the Bands. It's just a real good weekend of festivities, man. Good thing for the culture. So yeah, shout out to FAMU, man. It's definitely the best homecoming in regards to all of the HBCUs and just homecomings in general. And I guess I kind of lost sight of that, being from Tallahassee, with like going elsewhere and leaving the city and going to different homecomings. As a player, you do recognize, like, yeah, man, family's on a different level when it comes to that.
Yeah, man, Tallahassee is a great college town, man. You get to go back and reminisce on old cheeks.
Right.
I never went to school at Florida State, but I was.
I'm not interrupt you, man. But I saw a meme earlier talking about FAMU homecoming this week. They were saying Beta made the next where you at text message win or whatnot. It's gonna be plenty of those flying this weekend.
Yeah,
man. Where you at?
Hit them with the remember the times.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That was crazy, right?
Right.
Hit it with that. You know what I mean? That's about that time. I definitely met some nice young ladies in Tallahassee when I lived in Pensacola. So shout out to the city. Tallahassee don't owe me nothing, man. Salute. I love it out there.
Man, Silk, I think you muted.
Never a bad time in Tallahassee. Hey, Smoke, pull up in real quick. Smoke in the Panhandle as well, right?
Oh yeah, Smoke in the city.
Smoke, you muted now.
Right.
Always muted, baby.
I got you here. Yeah,
yeah, man. Smoke, tell us what you think about homecoming and just the vibes in general that the city that it brings to the city.
Man, bro. Man, my mom, I was born in June of 91. Shit, I was at homecoming that goddamn October, bro. That same year. Like, bro, I grew up like, man, FAMU, dog. That's like, bro, real shit. I ain't even want to be in no football team. I want to be in the band, bro. Be that tuba, that last player off the field.
You want to shake your ass on Smoke?
Nah, bro, nah.
It's ass shaking.
But it's crazy though, man. That's how much power the 100 got, though, man. The 100 got that much power. At that point in time.
Right. No, I played in the band. I went to Lake Shore, bro. My band directors, all them dudes was like FAMU dudes, man. So we had a lot of FAMU alum that would come back, teach us drum cadences and all that shit, sticking. So I know what that FAMU band shit like, because I used to,
used to shake your ass.
No. I got the game before they start shaking ass, Larry.
Yeah, nah, nobody ass shaking.
No. I had to start tackling people.
But homecoming just, bro, it really makes Tallahassee. That's what Tallahassee get all this money. It makes Tallahassee, bro. That's what people come up here for, really. Homecoming. Right. People come, bro, just to go to TCC, just to make sure they go to homecoming. You probably never see them again, bro.
And that's crazy. People enroll at TCC just to live that Tallahassee experience, man. Whether it's homecoming, FSU home games, just because it's crazy because you get the best of any type of world you want to be in. Like, you get the best of both of them. Like, the situation is crazy, man. You go to Florida State, you get just the big time college football type of vibe, which is another huge party city on the FSU side of it. You got legendary places like Potbelly, the Strip, this, that, another, and then you go to the FAMU side of it. Yeah, Bullwinkles. You go to the FAMU side of it, and it's just legendary, man. You got stories about the moon. Moon. I got stories.
Yeah, that's nice in the Moon. Man.
Exactly, man. Moon is probably one of the most legendary clubs in the whole state of Florida. Man, so you got
bro, you got Top Flight. Boy, I know people took
we had a good ass time in Moon. My brother moved to Tallahassee the next week.
I'm telling you, man. Like you had those type of experiences in Tallahassee, man. Any type of woman you want, man, is there. Any race, ethnicity, I can't get the damn word out.
Yeah, he's too excited. Your wife don't want to hear this type of excitement.
But yeah, seriously though, man.
Goddamn excited.
And we just brought Harley. Harley can attest to the same thing, man. It's just whatever you want to tell us, you're getting that, and that from our own female listeners. From the male perspective too, you got a lot of women who come to Tallahassee, looking for dudes, and all drug dealers, ballers, school kids.
He start with drug dealers.
College
students.
students.
Yeah, for sure. That's the thing. That's what I didn't like about Tallahassee. The cats up there just vibing, not going to school. They up there just like for the shenanigans.
Right. Just finesse.
It's a lot of
Oh yeah, it was the same shit when I was in the AU in Atlanta.
Sophomores in the streets.
Yeah.
Hey, the boys used to pay us for t-shirts and shit. Hey, cuz, let me get a t-shirt off for you so they could walk on campus.
Right.
Yeah, I got some real quick for homecoming for FAMU. So my best friend in Tallahassee was a huge FAMU fan. We used to take him to Florida State games all the time growing up. And one weekend he was like, hey man, come to the FAMU game with me and my grandma. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I was probably in middle school. And my mom made me a green FAMU jersey with the white quarterback's name on the back.
Oh shit.
Bro, when I tell you I showed up in that stadium and I was the only white person there, bro. And the quarterback took off, and everyone was like, "Yeah, you got his jersey." And I'm like, "Yeah." I was so out of my element, bro. It was crazy.
We know a crazy man quarterback is so damn good, man. He's the truth.
I like how she did.
He better than J1 Simon. It's got to be the FAMU GOAT, right? 561 boys.
Man.
Nah. The GOAT is the Sider was definitely a legend at FAMU, but the GOAT is definitely what's your name? I just had this Quinn Gray.
Quinn Gray, okay.
Yeah, Quinn Gray, man. When he got drafted to the Jasper Jaguars.
I put Sider right behind him, close behind him.
Yeah, and it's crazy because Fam had some when Sider was there, man, them boys was rolling, man. Billy Joe had them boys rolling. Quinn Gray, Billy Joe had them rolling. I'm talking about they were on another level, man. Another level. Right.
Y'all boys' phone getting hit up. I know, like in my younger days, like I would always hit my peoples up when I'm heading to Orlando for the classic. Yo, I need a couch to crash on. Y'all boys' couch being reserved yet?
Oh no, man! I stopped that shit about 3 years ago, man. that shit dead.
Got family, man.
But nah, yeah, man. You got because first it'd be a lot of Wildcats who want to come through. You know what I'm saying? I'm a family man. I ain't trying to do that wild shit. But then on the same time, like you don't hit me up until homecoming.
Right.
Like you my cousin. I don't hear from you all year.
What it is, though?
Right, a couple weeks in October, though. What up, cuz? That text started rolling through. Yeah, you know what time it is.
How the family is, man. That's good, man. That's good.
I've been furniture shopping lately.
Right.
New couches.
Don't even know the kid's name. How the family is.
And they do like the week out. You know, try to act like they just seeing what's up. And
casually dropping in. Yeah. Planting them seeds.
You were just on my mind, bro.
But no, you gotta kind of couch crash nowadays, man, because the Airbnbs and the hotel prices be out insane.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Insane.
It's nuts.
Yeah, if you don't jump on ahead of time, man, you're looking at easily $350 a night plus.
Yeah,
we got quite the agenda in the docket. Smoke, all of us, man. We'll be hanging out all show, long show. Quite the guest. We got 100 Sanford coming to hang out with us, a Georgia podcast, Big 3 RollUp affiliate, coming to hang out with us a little bit today. We got also Clemson guests. What Clemson guests we got, CJ?
Yes, sir. For the Clemson guests, we got Clemson Tom, of course, and then we got my guy Quan. I'm sorry, here's Quan. William Qualkenbush, my bad. William Qualkenbush.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you Qualkenbush. That's a wild name right there.
Yeah.
We also got a pit guest as well, Larry Young. Who we got kicking with a pit guest? We got our Georgia guys waiting in the holster right now. We'll get this going in a little bit.
Yeah,
who we got coming from the pit?
Go Dogs, y'all. Got my man's Craig Meyer, sports writer for the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. He's gonna come on and kick it with us a little later on this evening. So let's talk with these dogs, though.
Nice. Before we get into our Big 3 talk, man, the RollUp is brought to you by the great folks at Bennett Auto, home of Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Buick. The Bennett Auto Group is 15 minutes north of the Jacksonville Airport, unfortunately, in the horrible state of Georgia. If you want hassle-free buying experience, please visit Bennett Auto or give them a call at 1-800-343-2730. Bennett Auto can also work an entire deal via the internet or over the phone and have that car at your front door all over the phone. Again, the number is 1-800-343-2730. We're kicking it with Graham and Lamar from the 100 Sanford podcast, a Big 3 RollUp podcast. How y'all boys doing today?
Good, man. Thanks for having us. How y'all doing? Everything
good,
is lovely, fellas.
I was straight till somebody tried to shit on my state, and they from Florida. Like, you from the cesspool of America. You are not to speak ill. Dude, it's a character called Florida Man. Ain't no Georgia man.
But it's never people from Florida. It's never people from Florida. It's just people like
bullshit.
People from Georgia are in Florida.
Yeah, whatever. Don't shit on my state, though. Anyways.
Yo, man, listening to y'all had me cracking up. Your boy Harlan with that story.
Right.
Yo, that had me tripping. But I'm glad.
I thought Harlan would have said they was gonna call him racist for being the only white guy in the stadium with the white player jersey.
You know we don't do
that.
But how y'all boys feeling, man? It's rival week. I'm not pulling up to Jacksonville. We're 4-3. Georgia's coming in as the number 1 team in the country, number 1 defense. I don't even think it's a close second right now. Everybody counted saying that Georgia's the top dog right now. We're reeling a little bit, trying to figure some things out. How y'all feeling in Athens, fellas? First of all, before we get into the game, introduce your show. Tell us a little bit about your show. Each one of you guys kind of introduce yourselves to the platform a little bit. It's your first time on the roll-up.
Yeah, man, first time. It's Lamar Lovelace, 100 Sanford podcast. Come out every Thursday, fellas. Try to bring that Georgia vibe for everybody who wants to hear about Georgia football, Georgia athletics. Every week we try to bring a little something with maybe an interview. We got another one coming out tomorrow with Troy Sadowski, ex-DGD, damn good dog, however way you want to say it. But also that preview for Florida. And Graham, I'll let you introduce yourself, man.
Yeah, what's up, guys? Thanks for having me. My name's Graham. Me and Lamar and our boy Trey over there on the 100 Sanford podcast. Please be sure to come check us out. Shout out Trey. He's up to something. We don't know where he's at, but we know he's out there somewhere.
He's always in the streets.
Yeah, but
I like him.
Yeah,
sir.
He's our boy. He's got the intel. We just got to get him on the mic every now and then. But yeah, man, that's just getting ready for rivalry week. As a Georgia fan, it's kind of an interesting thing. You got a chance to come in and make Florida 4-4 and make my 8-4 prediction for the Gators this year come true. But
that might be generous.
I've been in that stadium when some shit's gone down, though, man. I was there in 02. I was there in 05. So, you can never feel too comfortable going into the cocktail party.
No. I feel very comfortable.
Man, yeah, man. Let's stop being modest, man. Go ahead and tell us how you really feel.
He blushed more when talking about y'all than talking about Miami, bro. This guy here.
Hey, listen. I live in Georgia. My friends is mostly dogs. Y'all not my rivals. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. These are my friends here.
Yeah, we got to come and break bread.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I'm probably gonna be in Jacksonville.
He hasn't been happy on the entire show until you guys came over. I've never seen him this positive. He's radiant. He's glowing and shit. Look at him.
Good, man. Like,
Larry usually hates his second job on Wednesdays when we record.
Rough. It's a hard job. You know what I mean?
Bro.
But today is light, man. It feels good. I feel like a weight's been lifted off my shoulders. I get to, kick it with some guys that's going to kick somebody back in. Somebody getting their back kicked in this week. I got a feeling who's going to be who.
Oh, you know who it is.
Ain't nobody back getting kicked in. But let's talk about the matchup. Graham, we know how this game go. Rankings don't matter in this type of game.
Right.
Georgia is top dog right now. We're with the spreads at 10 now? 11?
What's that?
Last I saw was 14 and a
Yeah,
half.
it was
I checked
14
it.
and
14. Yeah. It's
14.
Yeah,
like two score spread.
2 touchdown dogs. Yeah, that's all.
Two touchdowns.
Ain't that big. Ain't that big in a rivalry game.
No, it's not.
Big dog. You know what I'm saying? We got to chop him. We ain't scared of shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Them two touchdowns. We're going to get that. No work. But how y'all feeling?
Man, honestly,
Stetson Bennett, who's going to be the quarterback?
Yeah, I mean, I sat down to watch back some Florida tape and look at all the numbers and stats and kind of, get ready to break it down on our show. And I expected to find like a 10 to 17 point game. I think the issue for Florida on Saturday is that all the things that this team is doing well right now on offense is what Georgia's defense excels at stopping. And you guys are running all these inside powers, quarterback powers. You guys are trying to, you're gutting folks up the middle in the run game. And it's just like, I haven't seen anybody run on Georgia yet. The Florida offensive line has been shaky, but the backs and the quarterbacks have made up for it and have made guys miss, and that's a credit to their athleticism. But I think it's going to be a struggle, man. I do. I don't know, as far as the quarterback situation for Georgia, it's like I think whoever can go out there and, throw against man coverage is going to be successful. I think both guys could probably go out there and have a decent game. I think it's going to, they're going to try and work Cook and those running backs and the tight ends against y'all's linebackers, and I think that probably is a good plan for them.
Real quick, to speak to your running statement that you made, yeah. I do agree with you, and I don't think we try to attack you guys between tackles. I think we get our bigger wide receivers and try to attack y'all on the edge with some spread read stuff and get on the perimeter and try to strike that way. Of course, we got to run between the tackles. We're going to do that. We ran it between the tackles on Bama, and I didn't think we'd be able to do it against them. I just think that we're going to be able to run the ball regardless, but I think we'll be able to eat and move the chains outside on the perimeter where our big wide receivers are able to move your younger DBs around.
You talking about like screens, or you talking? I mean, because I think Georgia's defense so far has set edges as well or better than anybody.
Better than anybody in the nation.
And so I
don't think y'all have faced a quarterback like you're going to face Saturday.
You think AR starts? Let me ask you that.
I do think AR starts, but I don't know. What's the best? DJ is the only dual threat quarterback you guys really are facing. He's proven to be some mid.
We faced the dude from Arkansas.
Yeah, Bo Nix is a good one. Bo Nix is a good one.
Jefferson,
his ability to get outside the pocket. Yeah.
Right.
Y'all want
to?
I
just don't see you guys eating. I don't see you guys eating up the middle. I mean, I know you talked about it. You said, you know what, you're going to try to run the football up the middle, get to the outside.
You got to keep running.
Yeah, but there's a guy that's up for the Heisman right now.
Oh, no doubt. Like
Davis up in the middle.
You still got to play football. We can't. If we try to dodge NFL draft picks, we're gonna be able to run any plays on Georgia defense, right?
Right.
Sure.
You just gotta run traps and double, but you gotta be able to run the ball inside, outside. You can't get one dimensional on this team. And I just think broken down plays is how we win this game. We're not gonna be able to methodically move the ball down and just execute and beat that Georgia defense. We need AR to get outside the pocket, make some magic happen, a la Cam Newton with his legs, because Cam Newton played with a terrible team. Wasn't a whole lot of talent on that team, but he made some great defenses look like mid back then because he was just that type of talent. We need a Superman performance like that to win this game.
But we said the same thing, right, Graham? We just talked about that.
We did. Exactly. But and I think AR is a superb athlete, but he's still young. He's not there yet. On play action, he's dropping 17 yards an attempt, but just straight dropbacks, it's 5 yards an attempt right now. And it's I don't know how much play action you can run against the Georgia defense and not be under pressure. And under pressure so far, man, he's 3 of 11, 3 picks this year. So it's just I know Florida fans would be extremely pissed, but I truthfully think maybe the right move for Dan in this game is to start Emory, just in terms of what he's got to face defensively.
Yeah, I think so too, Graham. Please start Emory.
There's nothing that says about the stats that Emory processes anything faster, that he knows more to play book.
No, it's not that.
I don't think it's the best.
It's not that.
It's his ability to throw underneath and be a little bit more accurate than AR. I just don't think that he has the ability, AR, at this stage of the game, to actually navigate that Georgia defense. Nobody's done it yet. And I know, Dan Mullen's a bad boy. He can draw up some plays. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
I think accuracy, he's not going to stretch the field. Emory with dinking and dunking is not going to beat the Georgia team. I don't think precision passing is how you beat this team. You got to go explosive. That's just what it is.
I agree. I think AR
deep ball, explosive plays. AR it's not even close.
Yeah, but do you guys? Do you think that other? I know Copeland has had some good moments this year, but it's just I don't see anyone in that receiving core that
you haven't seen a quarterback.
I don't know. You guys can beat Georgia downfield even if it's man coverage all day or cover two.
I don't. It's a hell of a game to just get all that figured out. You think this the game?
Right.
This the game.
I don't get anything
it's the game to try.
Hold on.
You'll find out a lot.
Figure out what we talking about.
If you can actually throw the ball downfield with AR and actually expose that.
We've done it.
Against who?
LSU.
Right. We all play the same schedule, fam. Every time every time this kid, your schedule's not strong. So it's like, again, so we can say against who with people y'all play, but when the kid throw the ball deep, it's productive. Like, it's proven. Like, PFF is saying he's one of the best in the country when he throw the ball deep. Like, it's proven. It's accuracy.
But he's only got 37 attempts. He's
ain't on him. That's not his fault.
Right, but I'm saying that
dude,
still
throws over.
Go ahead, Graham.
Throws over 20 yards. AR is 5 of 13, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. So, I mean, I don't know that, that gets it done. I think he's more likely to make a big play against Georgia. I also think you guys are more likely to get blown out if he plays, because I think he's more likely to possibly turn the ball over. And I think there's more potential for 3 and out.
He's one of the best in the country throwing interceptions, man.
I mean, I know, but I think that the 3 and 5 step, 7-step drops is not AR's game, and I think that's what you got to do to chunk away at Georgia. It's just like I don't see you having time to go throw a bunch of bombs downfield and not have him.
We don't need him to drop back and throw bombs downfield, bro. Like, I think you got to load the blocks with that type of talent, with how he can scramble, right? He's gonna get one-on-one.
Georgia hasn't had to load the box.
I don't think y'all met an athlete like Anthony Richardson. I think y'all gonna have to put a spy on him. In my opinion, I could be wrong. Let me finish my take. I could be wrong, but we all gonna get our takes off here, right? Okay, yeah. I think you're gonna have to load the box, right? That's gonna create one-on-one situations, right? I don't think this kid's got to drop back and throw bombs. I think you do some read action shit, and you got to watch him in the pass game. His running get off, you play action, then he make plays. This is a run-first team. Him dropping back 7 steps, 9 steps, none of that matters. It's not what we want to do. We're a run-first, play action, off-the-run team. I don't think this kid, you surviving off his arm, him dropping back 7 steps, 9 steps, and all that shit. That's not what he is. He's an athletic quarterback where you do design stuff, get him outside the pocket, and let him do what he do, his shit break down.
I think what you – no, and I mean, I hear where you're coming from, but I think you're talking about the run first, and I agree with you that everything that Florida does is predicated off having a running threat at quarterback. And I know you think AR is a different type of athlete, and I think he's a different type of athlete too. It's just I still don't think that's enough to go and get yards consistently for him on the ground. And it's just like it's going to be hard to get Georgia to bite on all these fakes that LSU's linebackers were freezing up on if they're not establishing that run.
Emory will do a better job in making them bite, is what you think.
No.
I just think Emory will take care of the ball better.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Bro, he's terrible at taking care of the ball. He's late and throw a lot of interceptions.
I think, if you want me to be real about it, I think, there's a universe where Emory comes in and you guys run kind of a conservative game plan, but possess the ball and keep this to like a 14 to 21 point game. I think with AR,
our defense can't stop a nosebleed. You can't go on him that thinking. I don't think Mullen's gonna go in and think like talk about figuring it out. You can't go with that. You damn sure ain't gonna figure it out defensively on the fly.
Well, I agree with that. I think that with AR, yeah, man, like you might get that busted play, and that might get you, 17 to 24 points in this game. But I also just think you're going to get more 3 and outs, and you're going to let Georgia put up 45 to 52.
Well, let me ask y'all this: what do you think about Georgia's defense?
I think y'all got Anthony Richardson fucked up.
Who?
Go ahead.
What do we think about Georgia's defense?
Yeah, I want to know. I want to know what Silk and everybody else on this. On this show. Right
I think this is not a good. I think they're good, but
I think Georgia. This one of the best defense we've seen in recent years, in my opinion. This game would tell a lot too going against Dan Mullen, but just looking at the sheer numbers, man, like it's crazy. I think they're just one of the best defenses that we've seen in a long time. I was looking at
quarterback you think they face so far, CJ?
Best quarterback.
Best offense you think they face so far?
Best offense. All right, give me a second. That's a good question.
Probably Arkansas.
One of the greatest, like the 85 Bears. So let me know what
offense. They shut out
Arkansas. Yeah, probably
Arkansas had a good offense,
and they got a pretty solid quarterback too.
85 Bears here. Go ahead, CJ.
No, I'm saying they smacked that though, and that was a good offense. That was the number 8 team in the country.
That's exactly the best offense they played. That's all.
I just responded.
Yeah, probably Georgia and Browns.
Yeah, like CJ, bro. I appreciate your input. I know you look at this boy. Look at him.
See, I
one of y'all job, Lamar.
No, see, I asked the question.
Browns was putting up points on everybody.
Us what we think.
Exactly.
Thank you.
CJ was saying to take. I asked CJ what was the best offense that this defense has faced.
Excuse me, honey. I'll just be quiet.
You've been sassy.
No, I asked that question because I mean, I just told Graham today, I think this Florida game is actually going to be the best test for this defense. Out of everybody we played this so far this year, I don't care about the rankings. I don't care about Arkansas being ranked.
But see, the thing is, man, we can talk about who y'all been playing, man, but 208 yards up to this point in the game.
No, they're good.
Exactly.
They're good, but now you talking ball, you got to talk about who they play. That's how football works. You got to talk about the opponents, the matchup, strength of schedule, all that's a thing. So, like, what offensive, who they face, what quarterbacks make the offenses go. So, whoever they play. It's just
everybody we play, we shut down.
Who is good, though?
That's the key. Kentucky, they shut down. Auburn, they shut down.
Who would be the
shut down
opponent?
Arkansas? It doesn't matter whoever it is.
Right.
Hell, we broke Clemson. We ain't seen him since game one.
I think like just like you said, Lamar, I brought that up because just like you guys just say, I think we're the best offense you guys play so far this season.
Right. Okay.
Right?
Let's not even argue against that. That probably for sure is the truth. But my question is, you say who have you played? Who would be the worthy opponent? Is there a team out there that they could have beat that you would say, now that really was the measuring stick?
No, I don't want to play Make-A-Wish. I just want to talk about the facts of what's out there.
Well, I mean, you were talking, you just brought up who you did play. I'm saying it's not Make-A-Wish. Who would be the opponent that would give you, okay, that respect. that was respect, right? Yeah.
Well, in the SEC, anybody. It could be A&M. Like Bama lost to A&M.
All right, so then it doesn't matter who they played then by that.
What?
Then it doesn't matter who they play by that standard, right?
I don't get sassy back and forth.
I'm not trying to get sassy.
Who you play? Let's get into the Georgia game. Who you play matters, bro. Like now we get into like technical back and forth stuff about like imaginary. What if they play this team? Let's get into the regular matchup.
Well, let me ask this question: Who's the best defense you think Florida's faced?
The best defense?
Yeah. Kentucky?
Probably Bama. Right?
I mean, Kentucky's a higher. They rank higher as a unit in statistical categories than Bama does so far. I mean, Bama's kind of been giving up. I mean, shit, they let Tennessee drop 24 on them in 3 quarters the other night. I mean, I don't know. Kentucky held y'all to, what was it, 13 or 17?
But like you're talking about held in like how we played the game and like what quarterback was playing and all that. That's a whole different type of conversation. But the best defense I thought, the most talented defense I thought we played was Bama.
All right, that's fair. I mean, that's fair enough. But I think that like we're also operating under this fantasy that Dan is going to go out there and let AR play the entire game, and we haven't seen him do that yet.
No, I haven't went under this fantasy. I think AR is going to start, right? And for us to win this game, only way we can win this game is not with Emory Jones on the field. It's AR's on the field and going stupid. That's it. I'm not saying that we're going to come in and beat you guys. We having a football conversation, so I brought up the other team's defenses and shit like that. But I don't think we're finna come in and just like you guys should win this football game. Like Dan Mullen hasn't called good football. The only thing that could change is the way we ended the game last week with a spark from the young boy.
Yeah, I mean, I hear that, man. You gotta go with the hot hand and all that. It's just I think that like going back and looking at Kirby and Mullen over the years, it's like Smart's done pretty well with these dual threat guys that Mullen has put out there. When you guys threw Trask out there and we're airing it out downfield and
that was a monkey wrench right there.
Yeah, I mean like that exposed him. But it's just I think that like as a Georgia fan, if you're telling me right now that I know that AR is a great athlete, but it's like these guys have seen dual threat quarterbacks for a month in a row now. I think
kind of playing into their hand.
Yeah, I think that
everything we played.
We don't have a different order. So it's not like one's a prolific, accurate passer and one's not. Both of these guys are dual threat quarterbacks. So you put the better dual threat guy, like the better athlete, on the field, in my opinion. Because Emory's not accurate. He's not some precise passer, and sure he's wildly inaccurate. Like wow,
I agree. I just think he's probably your better option with a little bit more experience right now. This is a big game.
Depends. I feel what you guys saying because from Silk's point of view, as far as what gives the offense the best chance to go, explosive plays. That's what AR brings. But as far as what you guys are saying, he has that big play potential. He has bust potential also, and that could snowball into UGA's favor with him trying to do too much. With him just being inexperienced and not really understanding pressures, this, that, another. So I get both of you guys, and that's kind of going to be the measure stick of the game. If you get the AR,
the snowball for Emory with Bama, right?
Yeah, I feel like AR take more risks. He's more of a risk/reward type of player. He's going to take that shot. Even with LSU, he brought that big play element, but that last interception, he was trying to do a little too much with throwing off his back foot.
He scored 4 touchdowns in a row. The offense couldn't move the ball at all with Emory.
But LSU, no. I'm not saying Emory's best. I'm talking about your point of view and their point of view in regards to how the game could possibly go.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean, where are you at with Grantham and all this, man? I mean, I know that
ass. I don't even want to talk about the defense. I don't think
hey, man, we had to live with him for years. All right, so I feel your pain on it, but
yeah.
I mean, like, I think the one thing that maybe determines this game more than anything, in my opinion, is like if y'all can get a consistent pass rush, I think that disrupts some of the things Georgia wants to do on offense and probably keeps this thing closer. But Georgia's been really good in pass pro. They hadn't been as great run blocking, but they've been really good pass protection. So that to me is the matchup.
Do you think this is the best front four you guys have faced so far this fall?
I think Clemson was.
Yeah, Clemson's talented front four.
Yeah, and they was healthy then too. That's the first game of the season. That's when they were fully healthy.
And we also had 2 guys get injured that game, and so and they still handled themselves pretty well.
Yeah, outside of that, you guys got pretty much the best version of Clemson defense so far. Yeah. They was healthy before all the injuries.
Yeah, I mean they had Brzee healthy and all those.
Okay, Harlan got the stats in there. Bama's defense ranked 15th and UK is 23rd.
Arkansas 18th. Wow, that surprises me a little bit.
Arkansas,
everybody in the SEC playing defense but us. That shit wild.
No, Arkansas is 18th on offense. Georgia shut them out.
Yeah,
that's. I mean, I knew they were hyped coming into the game, but I just didn't realize they were
offense. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Clemson's ranked 37 on defense, but 3rd in points per game, only giving up 14 a game.
So what y'all got for the quarterback? Kirby said he's gonna let the competition play out in practice a week and make a decision from there. What y'all hearing behind the scenes? The smoke in Athens.
Both.
Yeah, I think both play.
We got to see four quarterbacks.
Yeah, but you know what? I think it's going to come down to a thing with whoever has the hot hand. I think if Georgia gets rolling,
opposite with us.
What's that?
It's the opposite with us. Whoever hot sit at our shit. So.
No, I mean I can see Stetson starting, and if he gets hot, especially to redeem himself from last year, Kirby will leave him in there a little bit, then get JT some reps because he's going to need the reps anyway. But I don't see platooning, every series, one guy in, one guy out. That's too much disruption. And right now, Monken, he's getting back, wide receivers that are coming back. Burton's going to be back this week. We got a lot of guys getting healthy. McIntosh. He's going to want to open up this playbook a lot on Florida, especially after what happened last year. I can just see Kirby letting the dogs loose, quite honestly.
Kirby ain't about to let shit loose, bro.
He's going to let it. He's going to let it loose. He's going to let it loose.
Hey, so what about Pickens? How's Pickens health?
Know the vibes.
He's not completely ready. I don't think
he's not gonna play. I don't think. I mean, I think we'll see him before the end of the year, but I don't think we see him on Saturday.
Yeah, think you guys getting ready for the playoff run, so to speak.
Yeah, I do. I think they bring him back.
Playoff run, CJ. Who got to fuck all that up? Saturday in Jacksonville, fam. Man. You fucking all that up, bro. You don't think Jacob Cole can get loose on that secondary? You spoke about him earlier. You said you don't think he can win one-on-one. You still believe that?
No, I said I think he's the one guy that's been productive. I just don't think it. I mean, man, I watched the LSU tape back. Like before AR came in and started getting those linebackers biting on all those fakes. Like
what happened?
Those receivers those receivers cannot get separation in man. I mean LSU's the 118th defense in the country.
Their linebackers been
horrible.
Butt cheeks.
Yeah, those linebackers.
They're terrible.
Awful.
Their linebacker coach. Their linebacker
and they had
coach
2
is our
cornerbacks
former
out.
DC. Shout out to what's his name?
Regardless of who they had out, the offense looked different when AR came in.
Yeah, really.
For sure.
I got to give you that.
Yeah, Blake Baker. Yeah.
But
yeah,
it looked different against LSU.
Where are you, Silk? I want to know, as someone that's been a Dan Mullen truther for many years, like, is his job on the line Saturday at all? Like,
nah, not at all Saturday.
All right.
See, I mean, it depends how ugly it gets. Seat could get hotter. You know what I'm saying? The boo birds, the articles, the presses get a little bit more weird. That type of shit. But no, I don't think it's hot at all. Anything after y'all game will be egregious. Like, the rest of their schedule is buns.
Oh yeah, so at like the last game of the season, like his shit's gonna be scorching hot. Like they're gonna rip his ass up out of there.
Like if he goes and drops one to FSU or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Baby.
Yeah, that's fire. That's fire.
I mean, I just don't.
Go.
So I mean, what's the path forward? You guys are, I mean, like where's the momentum come from? I'm genuinely asking.
I mean, this year was an iffy year. The Bama game gave us more hope than we originally had because we thought, okay, we got a team that can compete with a playoff team, so it gives you a little bit of false hope. But the average fan media had us with 3-4 losses, and that's where we're at. So we're on pace. I just think like the fans tired of Grantham. We had the fans tired of shitty recruiting. So that's where you get the complacency of like, yo, what's next? I think like the talent was coming back next year. AR is the guy. You doing your thing. You got to feel like he's the best quarterback in the country next year. So like the positivity with the program lies in that. Like you got a quarterback that's coming back next year that's probably going to be one of the best in the country. Ain't so no what's faith up with Dan, but faith is in the quarterback we got there.
So what's up with the recruiting? Because we were talking about that today on the show as well. To me, it just seems like the program's unraveling underneath Dan completely. Yeah, like he seems disheveled. The program seems disheveled. You got guys decommitting left and right. You got
fighting with the media and shit.
Yeah, it just seems disheveled to me. And quite honestly,
who's fighting the media?
Dan, man, out there, trying to like make little comments about Georgia hasn't picked a starter, all that shit. I mean, it looks like, man, he just doesn't look.
He don't look happy. Right. He don't look like he's locked in.
No, I mean, you losing games as you losing. You're not gonna be happy in games at all because like shit's hot. The seat's hot, right? So like he can't come in that bitch smiling either. You're like, what the fuck wrong with you? Why you happy?
But he's always smiling, man. He's always doing that kind of stuff.
Right. I think like we just need a defensive coordinator. I expected the decommits. Anybody that's on our defensive board, we got a lame duck coach. He's on his last year of his contract. He's not gonna be renewed. He's pretty much a dead man walking, right? Not literally, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know problems. But he's gonna get fired after this season. So like if you're a defensive commit, like you don't know who's calling your calls or anything like that. It's just business. So I get both decommitments. Julian Humphreys, 4-star defensive back out of Texas, decommitted, and also Shamar James, 4-star elite blue chip linebacker. He's probably gonna end up going to our rivals, Georgia. But that's just a part of this business. If you want a new defensive coordinator and some hope for next year and a new hire, this is part of it. You fire your guy, you lose some players on that side of the ball.
Speaking of recruiting, Graham and Lamar, I want you guys take on this. Are you guys getting Travis Hunter or what?
Nah, I think. I mean,
no, I told y'all not to give up the secrets.
There's a lot.
No. If I thought we were, I mean, there's been a lot of smoke, man. But it's just like I would say there's like a 15% chance that Georgia gets him, but especially with FSU, starting to look a little more together.
Roland said 0%.
We're gonna plug it up for you. Don't worry about it. We got both of y'all. We're gonna straighten that out for your last game. You're gonna realize that shit's still a shit show.
No, we love to have him. I mean, there's a lot of smoke regarding it. I mean, but it would have to be to me. It's something that FSU would have to go down tremendously for us to actually pull off Travis Hunter. That's my thoughts. There's some other people to think differently, but I don't know. I'm not on that train.
Yeah, appreciate. I've been in the same mindset. I think this kid is just locked in. He's just locked in with FSU, and it's not uncommon. It's been going on since the beginning of time, man. Big time college football kid or recruit, so to speak, going to big time college football games or whatnot. And Georgia has had some big time college football games so far this season, home games, so to speak. With
ain't too much down there right now, CJ.
No, it's not. I'll be honest, it's not.
He wasn't feeling that UMass win.
Yeah, like he was feeling it, but he was feeling it from the TV. We had Notre Dame early, and then of course, we got Miami coming. I'm pretty sure he's going to be in for that game. But you're right, man. It's slim pickings this time around. Yeah. So you got to go to the big time games, or you can go to the big time games.
I'm gonna have a question for you after we're done with this Georgia Florida thing.
I mean, we get your score predictions and all that ready. If you got a key to the game before you get out of here, you get those lined up. But get your Florida State shit off. We got.
No, I want to know about Dion, man, because I had this conversation on the side. Somebody said,
"What about bringing it back?" Right?
This show is 50-50. Larry Young think nobody stole his boombox, but we also like how he coached and like type up the locker room.
Wait. Do you think he could come to Florida State and turn that program around?
I would. I think he could. I feel like, but prior to Norvell, before he took the Jackson State job, no.
Yeah.
I feel like he needed a program like Jackson State to kind of get his feet in and understand, the dynamics of being a head coach. Now, of course, going from Jackson State to Florida State is a completely different level, no doubt about it. But I feel like he could do it. Watch out, man. But I like that shot you had to throw in. But I feel like him getting his feet wet at Jackson State would set him up nicely for that next role, because we let's be honest, we all know Deion knows football better than a lot of people out there. Like, seriously, he knows football. You hear him talk about the ins and outs of playing cornerback, this, that, and other. Like, it's not many better than Deion, and also the staff he can put together. He'll have more money allotted to him, and Deion will be able to put together a real top-notch staff. A lot of people from the NFL.
Did he get Terrell on for real this time?
No, if he wanted to, seriously though. But Chad Ochocinco, but seriously,
Derek Brooks,
bring the whole crew together.
Was nuts on paper, bro. I was like, yo,
Luther Campbell,
right?
All that, yeah.
Luke could be the director of D-line coach. I'm like, bro, them boys about to win it all.
Right, Luke could be the director of recruiting for us. But no, I really think that even if it's not Florida State, because I feel like Norvell's gonna probably be in there for a while due to the situation. If Norvell isn't that guy and he's still developed, I wouldn't mind. But any school that picks Deion up from Jackson State in the near future, I feel like they'll be getting the gym.
It's pretty interesting to see how Deion coaching career play out, man. I'm here for it, bro. I thought he was bullshit when he first started, but this shit could be going somewhere.
And I ain't the only one
And he can
lying about
recruit
that
too,
boom
man.
box. Y'all ain't gonna just put that shit on me. Ain't nobody on this show thought Deion was telling the truth about that damn boom box.
No, that was publicity.
That's what he's great at.
Exactly. He was promoting that.
I love it, man. Deion's playing the game the way it should be played. He understands the level he's at. Hell, at this point, I'll take Deion. I don't give a shit.
Right.
Yeah, Miami needs something too, man. I need y'all boys to come back for real.
No, nobody needs Miami. Nobody don't give a shit about Miami.
I need the U to come back. I need the U to come back.
Thank you, bro. I was looking for my UGA hat, but I can't find it right now.
Here, bro.
I'm gonna send you one with some 100 Sanford gear too.
Yes, sir.
That's the brothers. Both y'all had Mark Rick.
No. But hey, both of them beat y'all.
At some point.
yeah, I'll take it how I get it. Shit. I mean, it is what it is.
All right, man. Let's get our score predictions. Larry, what you got, bro? Since you're the biggest Georgia fan on the show.
Goddamn Skippy, man. You know what I'm saying? Home team, baby. 38-17. And I'm being nice.
Ooh. You Gators?
Hell no. I ain't scoring no 38 on Georgia.
I got
I think we're getting the 30s on the board.
Oh, hell no. Come on now.
Have you guys
that defense, bro? Nobody scared of that shit.
What do you mean? Fuck that defense.
What's the most Georgia gave up this year? Real quick.
13?
Probably 17.
13?
So I gave you 4 points. How much love you want?
No other schools giving up less than 100 points like us.
We do for like 17 if it's just Emory, but we got the chopper out. So, what you got for the score, CJ?
Yeah, I'm gonna go 34-17 Georgia. I'm going 34-17 Georgia. AR coming to make some decent plays, but it just won't be enough.
Some decent plays.
Yeah, man. Ain't no one-man army gonna go out there and just destroy a whole defense.
Nah, we got a lot of players. There ain't no one-man army. This ain't Miami.
All right, it ain't got to be Miami. We about to be neighbors, 4-4.
The carpet drying up now, man. I'm telling you.
See getting this shit ready, boy.
Oh yeah,
we about to get 8 wins and fire.
House real soon.
Fire somebody, bro. Like y'all about to get 5 or 6 and keep Manning. It's about to
y'all like a bun cake. You want a bun cake?
We gotta finish, bro. We got company.
Meatballs. Now, what do you? How come you get to say something and then we got to move on?
That's how that shit work, bro. Hey,
I don't.
I think Florida's gonna come out motivated, fired up, excited.
Yeah.
Then it's gonna. It's just going to add up, man. I think I think AR might make some plays. I think there might be a busted ball down the field, all that. I think
a busted ball. No, he can throw a dime. I like my man been throwing busted.
No, I mean a busted, busted coverage. I got 45-17, man. I think that the last 7 happened with the backups in for Florida. I think it's going to be. I really did expect to predict like a 14 to 17 point game, man, but just
I gave you that energy.
Yeah. No, man, it just watching the tape and looking at the stats, man, it's just like I don't see it. I just don't see how y'all stay close. And I'm not sure if these dudes really want to play that hard for Grantham and Mullen at this point right now.
Yeah, those comments are what were those comments said a lot.
That's kind of my curiosity. So
Yeah. There's a lot of takes on here about the Georgia game as well. But we keep it close. That's what Dan Mullen does, bro. If nobody keeps it close, better than Dan Mullen. So at the very minimum, we're gonna keep it close.
And I think he plays Emory.
Of course, he's gonna play both, but he's gonna start Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson's gonna play most of the snaps.
I'm telling you, when y'all do your wrap up on Sunday, your boy Graham told you that Emory was going to play the majority, unless it gets real out of hand.
He's going to play
the
AR
that game.
Yeah, I totally, because we talked about it last week. I totally think Silk's right on what he should do. I don't think that's what he's going to do. I'm with you. Like,
yeah.
I think
AR.
We'll
see.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to see, but you know what I mean. You ain't gonna keep, I ain't Charlie Brown. You ain't gonna keep pulling the football from in front of me and thinking it's gonna be something different this time. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, Lamar, what you got, brother?
48-17. I'm gonna say the same thing we did on our show, man. I think it's gonna get ugly fast, I think, and then we're just gonna coast in. I think if anything, Florida scores late. It might be some of those busted plays like you talked about, but it's gonna be more or less pass interference calls. They'll give them some calls and be able to stretch the field a little bit. But I agree with Graham. I think that the only way they keep this thing close is with Emory being able to kind of dink and dunk, because Georgia has kind of sat back and allowed guys to dink and dunk and make mistakes. And that's part of the program right now because they're so talented up front. They think they can get to you with their front four, and they can. You got Davis, you got Carter. They're all eating up front. Wyatt,
Smith, Anderson.
I mean, this what's really phenomenal.
Y'all think this team could jump out on us, right?
Yes, sir.
But then you also think dinking and dunking is a way to go if a team could jump out on you.
That's the only way to stay in it, and that's why I think that you guys won't stay in it early, because I don't think you will dink and dunk. I think you will use AR-15. I think there will be a lot of platooning, and then
I just said you going back to my take now.
Right, but I'm saying it's not going to work. I'm saying it's not going to work. You think AR-15 is going to get off?
You think Emory's going to play most of the snaps? You think Emory's going to play most of the snaps?
He'll play 70% of those snaps.
Oh, no way.
70%.
Unless Georgia's up,
Here's what I don't think.
4 touchdowns, 24 points at half, whatever.
I think we got down 2 scores in the LSU game, right? Emory Jones got benched when we got down 2 scores. We didn't see him again unless AR got hurt. So that was kind of an admission of Dan Mullen in that second half of, if we're down, only way to keep pace and have a chance to win this game is with AR. I don't see how you could go to a 70-30 split and how the kid don't start the next game. That's why my take is there. Could Dan Mullen go any other way? Yes, but I think the quarterback shuffle was different at the end of the LSU game from that standpoint, because it wasn't a shuffle. It was, we're down, and we got to get back in this game. Let's play this young boy. So I think that's a different vibe.
I hope Dan does whatever Dan's supposed to do and just loses game. That's all I hope. Because that's what Dan's
doing. Whoever's supposed to win, gonna win, Lamar. It's a cocktail going, baby. You already know how this game get played, boy. Weird shit happen, baby.
We supposed to meet up. We got to meet up next year. We got to meet up for this one
100%,
next year.
100%, man.
You going to Jacksonville, Lamar?
Yep. No, not this week. This week. I'll be down there next year.
All right, no doubt.
We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna link up. Hey, 100 Sanford, shout y'all podcast out and where they can find y'all at, man.
Appreciate y'all having us, man.
Oh, definitely.
100 Sanford podcast. You can reach us on Twitter at 100 Sanford. You could also reach us on the website, 100sanfordpodcast.com, where we got all the new shows coming out weekly. We also got Georgia content on there. We got the merch on there. We got a lot of stuff that we promote on there. And also, you know what? We are actually working with Bulldogs battling breast cancer. So go on our website, click on the link, donate. We had Traylee Hale on last week, or a couple weeks ago. She's the mother of Keely Ringo, and she's overcoming breast cancer right now. In her second rotation, man. Mm-hmm. So big ups to Keely, who's actually handling things on that corner while his mom's handling things off the field. So that's where you can find us.
Yeah, shout out to both of them, son battling through adversity and mom battling through adversity.
Appreciate that.
I hope you have a good game Saturday, man. I want Coach 30 to get him.
Hey, before we split, what's your prediction?
Give me 38-21, good guys, man. Orange and blue already. You know the vibes. 38-21. I said it.
I mean, man. Takes are free.
Real.
Right?
Yeah, ain't no money on that, is it?
Hey,
thanks for kicking it, guys.
All right, fellas. I appreciate
Thanks,
it.
guys.
Let's hold it down.
Later,
So
fellas.
thanks for joining.
Yes, sir.
100 Sanford, a RollUp podcast. Who got next? Big win for the manual.
We got the Clemson guys ready.
Yeah, are they in? Hey, fellas, how you doing?
What's up, Clark?
What's up, guys?
Good to kick it
What's up,
on.
Tom?
Hey, buddy.
Good to kick it with you guys, man. For you guys to know, we have William Qualkenbush on, sports radio personality for 105.5 The Roar, play-by-play announcer for Clemson Tigers Network. And, of course, we have Clemson Tom, friend of the network RollUp, voted as number one fan by what? Both Bleacher Report and ESPN, guys. How you guys doing?
Doing good.
Doing great, man. Appreciate you guys having us on.
Yeah,
Yeah, most definitely.
What's up, Clemson Tom? We had Clemson Tom on before. I've hung out with Clemson Tom a couple of times doing it before.
Yeah, I met you at I think it was the Miami, Florida tailgate.
Yeah, definitely.
Mentioned that day, yeah.
All right, that's what's up. Let's get into this matchup, CJ.
So, guys, man, let's get to the talk of the town. What's going on in Clemson, man? What's up with the Tigers right now?
Well, I'm mad. Y'all had Florida, Georgia guys on before us, and I was excited hearing y'all talking about teams that could score. And we got to come on here and talk about these two teams.
They say we might not score, so I don't know, man. We'll see.
Right? I mean, it's the first one to 20. It's every week. It's the first one to 20.
And that's crazy.
It's like, yeah, I mean, it's like the tortoise and the hare, except it's two tortoises, and you're trying to see which tortoise is the fastest. And sometimes the tortoises flip over backwards for like half the game, and they don't move anywhere. So it's weird, man. It's really weird. After expecting to come in the season, blow everybody out, and playing 100 guys every week, and even y'all know whatever happened with the game last year. I mean, we had callers on our station that were talking about Dabo hanging 100 on Florida State because he's so mad about whatever happened with the game last year. Now everybody's like, wow, we probably shouldn't have said all that stuff. That's kind of weird. So,
well, they did say Dabo said he was gonna quit when the players started getting paid. So
yeah, he's still going, right?
He hasn't quit yet.
But, hey,
I don't think he quiz.
that was now I will say that's a little bit out of context, but
right.
I think
I gotta get my jokes on.
I mean, I do listen. I do think that part of the reason for Clemson's struggle, I think it's fair to say that part of the reason is, Dabo maybe feels like a little bit of a fish out of water. Like NIL wasn't really his idea, transfer portal wasn't really his idea, and I don't think he's going to die. I mean, people are talking about adapt or die. I don't think he's going to die. I just think he's going to be a little bit slower to pick that stuff up than everybody else.
And knowing Dabo, you guys know Dabo pretty well too. He's pretty, when he feels a certain type of way, he sticks to that opinion. He's not really the one to really move either way.
But
yeah, no,
real quick, outside of the opinion, like, what is his stance on the portal in NIL? Like, how is that preventing him from having a successful football season this year? He still got some of the top talent in the country.
Well, I can tell you this. I mean, in terms of NIL, he's really not against NIL. His stated position for several years was that he supported players getting paid, based on their name, image, and likeness. And then he said if it was a one-man dictatorship, he would have like some sort of a trust set up where as soon as you either graduate or, you used up your eligibility, you're going pro, then you have access to all that money. And he said he really didn't have an issue with what they did now. He's never been like anti-players getting paid by outside sources. His thing is he's been anti, like the institution paying players and things like salary. That. Yeah. And as far as the portal goes, I think he's basically talked about the portal in a way that he didn't want to use it. He said if guys can come in and start for us, then they would take them. And they never felt like anybody could. And he really has never said that. He's been a little more like, no, for sure not, until this past season, sort of this past off season, where he's kind of softened that a little bit. And then, my gosh, he's had to answer questions about it every single week. And
quarterback.
Yeah. And like offensive line, I mean, you've used 3 centers already. Tom can speak to this too. Like the message boards, man, they're a flamethrowing place right now. I mean, people are questioning the recruiting tactics. Why don't you offer more guys? Why don't you let guys go on officials in the summer? Why don't you do this, that, and the other thing? And it's almost like, when Dabo was building the program, he didn't want to be like anybody else. People are mad now.
Just get to hear this, bro, because like people like, we should be happy with Dan Butler. So I'm glad like people get to see that Clemson fans who got recent titles is ready to fire Dabo.
And just to your point in regards to the limited scholarships, like Dabo, and it's a method to all that. As you guys know, like he's not getting out scholarship unless it's 100% committable. He's not going to, some of these schools give out 20 scholarships at the cornerback position, but only take 5 cornerbacks. Dabo isn't that type of guy. If he offers you, and he also believes in his coaches too. Like, okay, coach, you do whatever your vows you have. That's going to be your offer, but you got to stick by that offer. If he comes in and he doesn't pan out, we're all in also with the recruits. If you're telling them that we're all in, we have to be all in also. So if he doesn't pan out, that's on you necessarily. We're not going to push the guy out or force him to transfer or whatever. We recruited him. We believed him in the beginning, so we're going to see that scholarship through. So that all-in phase kind of goes both ways. So it's positives and negatives to it, I guess you could say, because at the end of the day, his best interest is the players that's on the team. So for him to not really want to seek the transfer portal, it's because he believes in the guys that they gave those scholarships out to. But like you said, the game is changing, so it's some type of adaptation that may need to take place.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, look, I think he knows that. I mean, shoot, we had him on our show today, and he went on like a 9-minute rant. Tom, I don't know if you saw this, but he went on like a 9-minute rant.
No, I was listening. I felt like passing the offering plate. I mean,
yeah, right. I mean, he basically was like, bro, we're good. Like, it'll be fine. I mean, he went through all the examples of the program. He's kind of like, like you go to church on Sunday and the pastor's like having to remind you how good God was and how good he's going to be and all this stuff. Like, you could have had an organ on there and passed the plate and legit, like, we could have saved the world. Like, those people in that Bojangles were fired up, man. That's for real. I've never seen this before, like in a public setting. They were like amening and clapping, and there were hands raised. Like, I swear we morphed into just this other place. And like, he was supposed to be serving food in the back, and he went on this whole like 8 or 9 minute thing about the program.
That sounds like Dabo.
1 second. I want to be clear for me and the listener. This legit took place at the Bojangles?
I'm not kidding. I am not kidding you, man. The Bojangles in Pendleton, South Carolina. It's got Clemson wrapping all around it, like the most orange and purple place in America. And Dabo's in the middle of that thing, like going in. It was crazy.
Need some more context here. Quack was actually there for his show that he does. They were raising money for breast cancer awareness.
I thought he wanted
Tigers for Tata. So it was like a live location. It's not like Quack was like rolled up there. Yeah, it wasn't like he pulled up to the drive-through and like here's Dabo and
Dabo taking orders,
like preaching on like the microphone or anything. They were doing a live remote.
I kind of like it better where we just thought Dave was there. He's like, I got you here.
I'm trying to order a Cajun chicken sandwich and Dabo's on the mic out front, blessing all the Tiger fans, throwing sweet tea at everybody.
And another thing, Taj Boy. Oh, I would pay to see that, man. But I just want to make sure we was actually at a Bojangles because I thought I misheard that real quick. But
no. It fit every caricature. Listen, if he was one of those like those guys who sit on the street corner, like speaking the King James version of the Bible, the only way it would be like peak Dabo caricature was if he was standing outside the Bojangles screaming with a speaker on his back. Yeah, that's the only way it would have been any better than what it was.
Dabo is the guy that shows up to the Vegas Strip with a speaker on his back, though.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, for real. Like, I'm not even gonna say he's not.
Let's get into this game a little bit, though.
Man, I'll tell you what. This may be a better question for CJ. Like, and this might be disrespectful. But I brought this up today, and I want to get your thoughts. I think Florida State is like this much better version of Syracuse. Is that fair offensively?
No, I think it is fair. You got the good running backs. Well, we're more so Corbin is our lead back, but we have a more running back by committee. At Syracuse, they're going to grind it with that workhorse. And then you got the 2 running quarterbacks with Travis being a little bit more athletic. So I feel like you're absolutely correct on the offensive standpoint. It's going to be a pound you down your throat and take your shots when you can. Passing wise, you're 100% correct. I feel like it's a little bit better because we have a little bit better athletes in Syracuse that can get to the edge and turn those 10-yard plays that maybe Syracuse will have into a touchdown, a 30-yard run, due to the athleticism of Corbin and of course Jordan Travis, who's probably the fastest quarterback in the conference. But again, and I was telling someone else this, that plays right into what Venables wants on defense, man. Like, you're not just going to ground and pound Clemson. That's just not going to happen. Even though you guys are hurt up front overall on defense, you're just not going to do that. That's just the bread and butter of a Venables defense. In order for us to have some success and win, we got to hit on those passes down the field, like Pickett, for instance. Pickett had 300+ yards. A lot of those throws are really accurate in only places that the receiver could catch the ball. So Jordan, I feel like he had to have the game of his life passing-wise in order for us to have a chance. But I'm just not sure if our receivers are good enough because Pitt has some really good receivers. Our receivers just haven't took that step so far this year to make those type of plays in one-on-one coverage, especially against good athletes in the secondary like Clemson has.
So that's kind of where I'm drawing the line in the game. Is like, that's not going to work against Venables. Syracuse had 7 points until the end of the game when they hit a seam route and like it was the worst tackling attempt I've ever seen, but like spun out of 2 guys and scored. But they basically gave up 1 touchdown and then a bunch of 3-and-outs. And especially first half, you had Sean Tucker had 2 big runs. I think he had like 10 yards. Garrett Schrader was only sacked twice, I think, in the game, and ended up with single-digit rushing yards. I think Travis is going to do better than that. But one thing I took away from the Syracuse game is, even if you got a 2-headed monster in the backfield, if there's one thing that they can take away, then you're really limited. And they took away Garrett Schrader. I didn't think that was possible. The guy just run all over Wake Forest and whoever they did, Louisville.
Hell, FSU against us.
Yeah. They ran all over Florida State. And, I think the game plan is going to be kind of similar. I asked Dabo about it today. He said Jordan Travis is shiftier than Schrader. He said when they both get going, they're fast, but it takes Schrader a little bit so you can close on him a little better. I also think for Clemson having Tyler Davis available in the game,
big time.
He's probably not 100%. He wasn't available against Syracuse. I think that's big in this game. If Clemson can limit big plays, I think they can get into a game that's similar to Boston College or similar to Georgia Tech, where the game's played in the teens, but you feel okay because you're at home and you're in front of a nice crowd. I think, I wasn't really sure what the crowd was going to be. Tom, I'd love to hear some perspective on that from a fan's perspective, but I feel like fans.
Really? No, because
we're not buying tickets. Like, you get a ticket right now, like it's going to the movie theater. Like,
okay.
People are paying you to take the tickets to this.
That's
game.
crazy though, because I guess you guys with DeAndre McDaniels, that's my brother, and I went through the whole recruiting process with him and going to games where under Tommy where Clemson wasn't that good. But one thing about you got Clemson fans, they're loyal. Like that stadium's going to be packed regardless of the outcome, regardless of the team. So for you to say that's pretty shocking.
It's mostly the students. I know an email got sent out today saying that student tickets weren't claimed, and you can still claim them and everything else. And just on Facebook, you got people selling tickets a little bit more than usual. But you always got the fans selling the ticket in the upper deck to whatever team for $300 because he bought it for $50 and he's trying to flip it.
Right.
Now, is it going to be packed? Yeah, it is. It's Florida State. It's Clemson. It's 3:30 in Death Valley. Yeah, the team's not doing so well. The fan base is a little bit, honestly, they're butthurt right now because they're not performing to how we thought they were, going in. I didn't mind losing to Georgia because I knew it was Georgia, especially by the score, and I thought we played decent, with a brand new quarterback and brand new receivers, and everyone was basically brand new. I mean, look at the offensive line. I couldn't even name half the guys there. But it's going to be fine. Is it going to be as loud as a night game against Louisville? When we got Deshaun, absolutely not. But we need it as a fan base. I think the players need a swag game. I mean, we need to go out there and just knock somebody in the mouth. I mean, I don't care if we get like 5 15-yard, unsportsmanlike penalties. We got to do something. I mean, we've got to do something different. We've got to get some swagger back because right now, I mean, I'm watching receivers not block on an obvious run play. I'm watching receivers give up on the ball in the air in overtime against NC State. I mean, it's honestly, it's not what we're used to, and we've got to do something about it. And just be on the defense.
That's another question I want to kind of throw, especially quick point on the defense. I guess I got 2 points. Well, first of all, I feel like Venables has done probably the best job he's done in all of his tenure at Clemson in regards to coaching, man. Like the job he's done this season with being short-handed and just short-handed in regards to the roster and things like that. I know they're ranked like 37th in total offense with yards, but they're ranked third with 14, giving them 14 points a game. I feel like Venables definitely deserve his flowers this year for the job he's done. He's no question to me. He's the best defensive coordinator in the country.
I agree. I mean, look, let me say this about Venables. There's only one thing about the defense that's not as good, and it might play into Florida State's hands a little bit, and that's third down defense. Now, I've gotten some flack here in the area because I'm not going to put everything on the offense's shoulders. If you look at what happened last week against Pitt, 5 punts and an interception the first part of the game. Second half, they didn't get one stop. NC State had 4 drives of 4+ minutes in the second half of their game. Now, they missed field goals on the back end, which really isn't on the defense as much as the kicker just blowing some kicks. But the defense has been fortunate, too, to not give up some more points. They've done a good job in the red zone. Mm-hmm. But normally, I mean, like when Christian Wilkins and those cats were ruling the roost when the Power Rangers were on the defensive line, Clemson was leading the nation in 3 and outs. They're getting off the field 3 and outs like 42, 43, 44, 45% of the time. Like half the time, those dudes are 3 plays and getting up some water. And now they're middle of the pack in the ACC in third down defense. And the last two games that Clemson's lost, Georgia, they did a better job.
Do you think that balls well for them being on the field so much too?
Well, I think I think it's all sort of a circular relationship where the offense is putting them right back out there. I mean, there was one drive after Pitt scored their first time where Clemson got the ball back through 3 incompletions, and 30 seconds later, they're right back on the field. But I mean, they were something like 9 for 12 in the second half on third down or something like that. Pittsburgh was. NC State was something like 11 for 20 on third down. Wow. And Brent Venables normally is, 25, 26% on third down. Money. For whatever reason, they're not getting to the passer like they have in the past. And they're not quite covering like they have in the past either. They're having to blitz a little bit more. I know that's injury related, but that might help Jordan Travis, to be honest, because if you look at Devin Leary for NC State, he wasn't doing anything crazy in the pass game. A lot of it was take the snap, turn and throw to the tight end who took 2 steps, turned around and caught the ball and fell forward. And 3rd and 4, he got 6 yards. And I think Florida State can do that. Pittsburgh did that. It's not like Kenny Pickett reinvented the wheel passing wise. So if Florida State can win first down, then if they get 3rd and manageable, Clemson's not gotten off the field consistently in that regard.
Yeah, and that's been our biggest issue, getting behind the sticks on early downs. If we could, get maybe a run player or so and get in that comfortable 3rd down position, 3rd and manageable, I feel like, yeah, you're right. We can have some success. You was about to say something, Silk?
No, I'll let y'all finish our defensive talk. I want to ask my question more offensively and DJ's development and like his future at Clemson.
Man, I don't know. It's a great question.
That's $1 million question, man.
Right? I mean,
and that's crazy because we know that Dabo doesn't typically go through the portal to kind of get guys. No. So it's going to be on the freshmen coming in and kind of beat them out because, we look at Notre Dame last year, we're thinking we got the second coming of,
he has some studs. He has some power rangers around him.
Right. We had the second coming of sunshine, so to speak. And then, we just haven't seen it this year. So I want I guess from an insider perspective, what's the morale like in the locker room and this and another? Because I was talking to a buddy of mine. He said that the offense didn't score a touchdown at all on defense in fall camp.
Yeah, and it was interesting because we heard insane. That. And I don't Tom, I don't know how people were taking that from the outside. We heard that and we're kind of like,
our practice is open real quick. Our practice is open.
They opened up like 3 or 4 of them at the beginning, but the scrimmages weren't. And so you got to kind of just take what they give you. I mean, you could talk to some people who were there. I mean, really and truly, here's what we were hearing.
I got from a good source. They were saying that a really good source. they didn't score at all on the defense.
Yeah. I might have to hit up your source. But like, I think people thought this defense was going to be really good. And so they're like, well, we saw DJ last year against Notre Dame and Boston College. He might struggle against Georgia, but then you look at the rest of the schedule, he'll be able to dial it up. I mean, Justin Ross is back for crying out loud. Oh, he's just getting his feet wet again. He had the neck issue and all that. He'll be fine, man. This O-line.
I've been saying like everything. That was me the first 3 weeks. Like, they're going to figure this shit out any week now.
We're done with that.
Yeah, we haven't figured it out. Well, during the games, I'll host a thing on Twitter where we kind of all get together, and it's honestly half the fan base doesn't like DJ. It feels like, oh, yeah, he was the greatest thing next to sliced bread coming out of high school, him and Spencer Rattler. Now they're both, are they even starters at this point? I can't pronounce his last name, Fonachan? Kwok says Pumachan. Everybody wanted Pumachan to come in. And I'm not going to lie, when they put him in, I was a little surprised just knowing how Dabo is.
Yeah, that's surprising.
And then he gets in there, and it's like we're throwing the ball over 10 yards. Like it kind of opened everything up. You don't have to stack the line, because the thing about DJ is he's not throwing it far. And if he does, no one's catching it but the cheerleaders because he's throwing it 80 yards past where it's got to go. So from the standpoint of the fan base, we would take Kwok at quarterback if he could complete a pass right now.
No, you wouldn't.
Just complete a pass, bro.
Can you hit the flat squat?
Nope.
You can hit the pass as far as like chicken wing. You can do those flats.
Right?
You can throw it in the flat.
I could trick people a couple plays for a screen. I could hit a nice little middle screen if I didn't get scared by the rushers. Honestly,
just from the fan bases, we've been told from day one, best is the standard, BYOG, and then you look at the product on the field from a fan's perspective, and we're like, this isn't, bring your own guts. We didn't even bring your girlfriend's lunchbox. We didn't even pack a lunch. But we didn't even have lunch food to bring.
As well as Dabo's recruited, there is a drop off of talent. Like you're just not seeing the ETNs and the explosive players we've seen like the last 5 years.
That also goes to the point of everyone saying, well, DJ looked great last year. Well, he had ETN. He had a better offensive line. He had wide receivers that knew what they were doing. And then going off on what's the name with the neck injury, it was like, oh, he'll be fine. Go back in there. But he had major surgery. You can't just come in.
Yeah.
I mean, if I sprain my wrist, I'm not going to go back out there and be 100%. I mean, if I get a headache, I'm not going to play 100% in a week. But that's probably because I'm just old. But, I mean, major neck surgery, you're not going to step onto the field and completely be what you were your freshman year, catching the ball like way out over here as you jump left, catch right. That's just not going to happen. And Nagata, they all look the part on certain, possessions, but they're not living up to the 5-star hype that we heard about. Everyone on the field's a 4 or 5-star, so we're just thinking show up on paper. We're supposed to blow everybody out. But as soon as you snap the ball, we look like 2 stars. I mean, it's crazy. It's frustrating because you're
be frustrated because I could gripe. Like I know we're messing up there, right? Like, man, the recruiting's shitty. That's our problem.
No, but that's the thing. We got the best
exactly. Weird space.
So it's that part is the frustrating part.
And it's crazy you mentioned Nagata because coming in, all I was hearing like he's like Terrell Owens reincarnated. Like
he's supposed to be the next great one. And then you got Joe, who I loved him coming in. I mean, he's like 7'4". I mean, just throw the ball up, he can just catch it. But
he's just 7'4".
No, he's not really 7'4". He's huge, though. I mean,
he's got crazy long arms, though, man.
He does. He's like awkwardly tall, like his length. It looks like a King one out there. He just runs. You see these arms like Megatron.
Right.
I mean, if he could catch the ball, it'd be fine. Just look at last week's game. I mean, you got the ball hit him in the hands, hit him in the chest, and everybody's dropping him. I mean, our star freshman running back caught one in stride over the shoulder, perfect for 6, and it looked like me out there trying to catch the ball. I mean, the product on the field doesn't match up with what the product on paper is and the product we've been told. So from a fan's perspective, we're like, what is this? Like, now I got to hear from the Gamecocks at work saying, "Oh, we got the same record as y'all."
Yeah, you know how they go.
The streak's ending. And at this point, we could lose to you guys and beat South Carolina. I'd be like, "Hey, whatever, next year, let's get it." I lose to South Carolina.
And we talk about the offensive line and how you guys are pretty much young up front and been struggling. We got Jermaine Johnson, who's one of the best defensive ends in the country. How do you guys feel like that matchup balls for you guys?
I think it looks great for Florida State, and thankfully I'll be at my son's golf tournament, so I won't have to watch it in person. So I won't have to invent cuss words. Because right now I'm screaming into a pillow. It's like a therapy session, but it's like I'm numb to it at this point. I'm just kind of like, that's the same team I've been seeing week after week.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, so honestly, he's probably gonna have a big day, and I don't know if we're gonna win or not. At the beginning of the season, after I saw how Florida State was looking, I'm like, we'll be just fine.
Yeah,
but we've got to do something differently. We honestly need to look in the mirror and just wake up, realize who the hell we are, and just come out and finally. We've played football before, but we're looking to play football.
Tom, I got a suggestion. Have y'all had a players only meeting yet?
Not that I'm aware of. I haven't heard anything.
That's actually kind of an issue, because if you look at the offense, okay, 6 years, you go from Deshaun Watson to Kelly Bryant to Trevor Lawrence. You ain't got to worry about who your leaders are.
Yeah, Taj Boyd even.
Right, Taj Boyd before that. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got to worry about your leadership. You don't got to worry about where it's coming from. I'll name drop D-Mac. When D-Mac's on defense, you ain't got to worry about who your leader is, man. When you got Ben Boulware on defense, you ain't got to worry about it. Christian Wilkins, you ain't got to worry about it. This group, no natural leadership. The best natural leader on the offense is Will Shipley, who's a freshman who's missed half the games and wasn't a starter.
He even said we needed a leader. What, on Monday? He said we need a leader on offense.
You know what's crazy, man? Like I heard these same exact kind of sentiments, basically saying that these guys they want the success that the Taj Boys, the Watsons, the Lawrences, all those guys had, but they don't want to put in the work that those guys had to go through to kind of get to that success.
That's right, and
it's just kind of given. And I've seen this before, because you look at the 2013 FSU team; those guys were hungry. But you look at the guys that we kind of brought in after that; they were just kind of riding that wave of FSU being great, and feel like, oh, we're FSU, so we're just going to be great. We don't have to actually work to be great.
That's right, and I'll say this too. I felt like COVID hurt, because in the COVID year, and I know it hurt everybody. Like Florida State, I mean, God bless Mike Norvell for trying to deal with 100 different fires during a COVID year, and then trying to build a culture in his program. Like that's impossible. It's impossible to do that. But at Clemson, you didn't see it because Trevor was already there. Travis was already there. You have returners everywhere. And so they weren't building anything. They were just taking an existing thing and just moving it from one year to the next. Now you've had a COVID year where things just sort of happen, but you didn't have like a rigorous offseason program. You didn't have opportunities for guys to go throw. You didn't have opportunity to build rapport, and now you've got a team where DJ just doesn't have the natural leadership. I mean, they were saying in August, we want him to be more vocal in the huddle. We want him to be a more authoritative presence in the offense. He's not a natural leader. You look at guys like Ross, Ngata, Latson, they're quiet guys. You don't have anybody. Matt Bockhorst is about the only one on the offense that was like trying to shake guys loose. And they even talked about on the TV broadcast last week where sometimes his tone didn't hit guys the right way. So, like, you got a bunch of guys who, for 2 years now, you probably haven't had the same level of offseason, sort of the players aspect of offseason. I think the offseason from a program standpoint is fine. And so a lot of that stuff that, like I said, just kind of normally happened, didn't just automatically happen. And then you've also got guys like Ladson and Ngata who are highly recruited, who have barely played. Justin Ross, let me tell you something about Justin Ross now. I think Justin Ross is a legitimate talent. But if you look at his career at Clemson, why is he a first-round pick? It's like 4 games at the end of the 2018 season. He goes
that potential.
The way he played in the playoffs, he looked like the next budding star. Higgins goes out. He comes in. Guys, the best thing since sliced bread. 2019, he was up and down. He was hurt a bunch. He missed last year. The deeper we get into Justin Ross's career, the more you maybe start asking some questions. Was that a bit of a mirage? Is he going to take that next step to be alpha? Joseph Ngata's been hurt for 3 years. Frank Ladson's still hurt. He had groin surgery. He's out for the year. So these are guys who, even though they were juniors this year, Ross hadn't played a bunch, didn't play it all last year. Ngata barely played. He's a third-year guy. And Ladson still hadn't played. So you had older-looking guys when you look at the depth chart, but they were babies on the field. They hadn't played with anybody, much less a brand-new quarterback you're trying to break in on an offense with new stars on the offensive line, 3 centers, your running back, half your running back rooms in the transfer portal, and no real leadership. And that, gentlemen, is why the first 1 to 20 wins on Saturday.
Yeah, I like it.
Take the under and then take Florida State plus 10.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time. I agree with
you.
Tom, I expected y'all to come over here and talk a little bit more shit. I don't like Florida State.
I mean, I can if you want me to, but I don't want the lashing when we lose.
You can lie on this show.
I mean, if you want old school Clemson Tom to come on here and trash talk, I can. That ain't me anymore. I got 2 kids, a mortgge, and 3 dogs. Like
I toned it down.
I'm using that energy. It's somewhere else, man.
Yeah, let's dump that whole segment and let's start.
No. That segment was fucking perfect.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I didn't like them giving y'all any support.
That segment was amazing. But no, but seriously, and this is another thing I want to kind of talk about real quick before we head out. FSU was on a 3-game win streak. The morale is pretty high. We're on a 5-game win streak against a losing streak against Clemson. So they, juice is going to be flowing for this game, and they want to win this game pretty bad. Clemson, your ACC championship hopes are pretty much out the window. Steel Reels are pretty much out the window after a loss. And you were talking about the ticket sales in regards to students kind of being low. How you feel is the morale for the Clemson team as it is, because FSU is on the high right now. They're pretty hungry and feeling themselves on the winning streak and feel like they can finally win these games. And then Clemson, on the other hand, is kind of reeling. So it feels like two teams going in completely opposite directions morale wise.
I don't think we want it, to be honest with you guys. I don't feel like we have the fire in our stomach to really if y'all met us at the 50-yard line, helmets off, you took your pads off and put your hands up, I think we'd back up, be like, whoa. Yeah. Let's talk about it. Like I don't think we've got an ounce of fight in it.
How do you, Tom? I love it.
Yeah, but I mean, we got some cats on defense that would, like Skowski, he'll show up, he'll take on 5 of your cats. Breezy will be out there on practice.
Spectre decapitated a guy 6 hours after the play.
So we've got like 4. We've got like 4 guys that'll have your back in a bar fight, but like the rest of them will be like timesies. I just signed an NIL. I can't get hurt. Hopefully Bojangles doesn't see me, start limping.
Dr. Pepper, right?
Or whatever. Who cares who signed him? You're an idiot if you signed him. I'm gonna call that right what it is. If you signed him, you're an idiot. I don't drink Dr. Pepper, and I feel bad when I pass a Bojangles.
God, I do drink Dr. Pepper, and I feel bad.
I'm on Cheerwine now.
That feels. I guess we go ahead and get the score prediction, though. Clark, what you got?
Oh man,
I don't have a score prediction. I just say under and Florida State plus 10.
I agree with both of those things. Definitely take the under. Clemson. I will say I agree with Tom's assessment that this team does not have a killer instinct, but I do think this team has somehow, some way found a way to win 4 games. Like you can look at this from a very doom and gloom perspective as a Clemson fan and say they could be 1-6. I mean, Boston College got the ball at the plus 20. They're going in, and the bad snap with the backup left tackle.
I gotta look at that like y'all do.
Boston College might win a game. They're finding wide open guys all over the place. That might have been
if Dabo put the quarterback on the center against Georgia Tech.
Right. That's right. And so, Georgia Tech's got the ball on the 6-inch line. They can't get in. I mean, they could very well be 1-6 for real. But they found a way to win the Georgia Tech game, even if it was maddening. They found a way to beat Boston College, even if it took Boston College, falling down in front of their face. And then they found a way to beat Syracuse. And they found a way to keep those games close, offensively. But I don't see the offense getting appreciably better this week. They got some guys back. EJ Williams is back, but Kobe Pace in COVID protocol. So they're down to Will Shipley, who's coming off an injury kind of quick, and Phil Maffa, freshman, who they were going to redshirt, and then Darian Rencher, who's like a 27-year-old walk-on who's been here since before I went to Clemson.
Shout out to him, bro.
I know, right? So I don't know, man. I think Clemson wins. Bro. I think it's close. I'm gonna say like 19 to 16, 3-point game.
I like it. Larry, what you got?
I got it 24-13 Clemson. I think Clemson pulls off I think they pull off a defensive touchdown, which is going to just kind of make that bit of a difference. I think the game will be a little ugly because, you're not talking about 2 powerhouse offenses, obviously. But I think Clemson somehow is going to cause some disruption, especially with Travis. Obviously Travis is not great at throwing the ball downfield. So I think there'll be an opportunity there. They'll take advantage.
Be the best quarterback on the field like this Saturday.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Ain't saying much. Yeah. I mean, I might be the best quarterback on the field out this Saturday.
But you ain't out there, man. Respect.
I might go with that attitude. I might get a scholarship.
I would love to see you on a QB draw.
Me too. Hey, I ain't going down easy. I can tell you that much.
Listen, just keep it on the zone read, and Clemson fans will sign you up, man. They'll put a paw on your chest. You'll be in for life.
How good at you were throwing a wide receiver screen, because for a team that loves that play, we cannot execute it.
That's a tough throw, man. It's a tough
Can't
throw.
block it with the doggone.
I mean, we love
the wheel
it.
pretty good though. I can throw the wheel pretty good. If I can get that guy on swing out, I can get.
We love a screen pass, and
Why are we
cannot
talking about
execute.
you as a prospect, Larry?
Why are you hating? Anytime I get love or shine,
We got two-star prospect out of Savannah, Georgia.
Right.
Real high upside. Slice to the end.
DT, they don't put me in that quarterback.
He has real high upside. He can really be a two-star that can jump out to a 3-star. He's a program guy, that type of deal.
Let me get my scouting report off, bro. Quit hating.
Right.
What's your score?
I got let me go 24-21. I like Florida State to cover, but I think Clemson wins.
In Florida State with the win?
No. I can't give y'all that type of momentum, bro. Y'all actually think y'all can beat us the last game. Y'all beat Clemson.
Oh yeah, we coming for
You
Florida.
don't really believe that shit right now, but if you beat Clemson, you're gonna really believe that shit.
All right, man. Let me see. So again, I feel like I don't know, man. I think the light has kind of clicked with FSU. They found out their team identity in regards to what they want to do. If Jordan Travis and the receivers could connect on some balls downfield, I feel like we'll have a good chance. Venable's defense is always tough against the run. So I'm going to go FSU 24, Clemson 17. That's the number, 24.
If Florida State gets to 24, they're going to win.
And that's what we're speaking the exact same talk. Because I told someone earlier, I told Harlan or Larion, I believe earlier, I feel like 24 is the magic number. That's the number I feel like if either team get to, they'll win the game, 24. So I go 24 to 20. I give Clemson 20. I give them 20.
Look, I think a lot of people would take that. Clemson hadn't scored 20 against the FBS team all year.
All year, which is crazy to me. That blew my mind.
That's different type of poverty going on in Clemson.
You're not kidding. I mean, we're not like if the offense was a little bit worse, it'd be fine because you got new parts.
A little bit worse.
We're talking about Vandy, Illinois. You know what? I mean, I don't even know. I can't even think.
How
of
can we be a
little?
we got 3 guys that can only run the ball. We're down to 3 running backs.
I think he meant from last year.
Yeah, a little worse than last year.
Yeah, not worse than this year.
No, that can't be worse than this.
You know what? I swear, if Shipley goes down again, like in the first quarter, I swear we should stop the game and do bring out a Ouija board or get an exorcist out there.
Well, we got the graveyard right behind the stadium. I mean, we can resurrect somebody.
Some kind of
just say we got a positive COVID test. Let's do it that way.
Oh, it worked last year. It worked last year.
There's a lot of people that wish that happened.
Right.
Hey, can we do
I'll
that?
take it
Can
this
we
year.
try that? How does that work?
Yeah,
we should all start coughing or something and just play. We can't play. We got COVID.
Well,
and just skip the whole year. Skip the whole year.
Have you guys? You skip the whole year and move forward next year. But then again, next year you're going to have DJ at quarterback again, though, right?
Well, at least now he's got some playing experience or something. I don't know. I'm just trying to get through this year and just be done with it. It's almost
got
Thanksgiving.
a 5-star quarterback from Texas coming in.
Oh, he
does have some natural leadership ability. So,
and that don't care about Michigan.
No, he doesn't. Is he early enrollee?
Yes, he's coming in January.
Yeah,
now he's hurt too, so I don't know.
A year from right now, if that kid starts, DJ is going to go back out west. There's no way. We got Bojangles in California.
Let me say one more thing about DJ too. Like DJ, and I'm not speaking out of turn because this is stuff that's publicly known here. I mean, DJ's had a rough family situation. Like his parents are going through a divorce right now too, and it's been pretty nasty in public. And I can tell you, like, he loves his mom. And his mom's on the West Coast with his younger brother, who's a top 50 recruit in his own right, and his dad's over this way. And I think that's something that not a lot of people nationally recognize. But I don't know for a fact, but I could see that playing a role in DJ's stunted growth a little bit. So hopefully they roll through that.
It's been a tough year overall for DJ there, man. Hopefully he can pull through that. Yeah. And that's another thing that we kind of talked about in the previous podcast episode, like the mental health aspect of it. It's big time for these college kids, and I know Clemson has someone they can speak to inside the football office for that. So that's a good thing in regards to Clemson, what Dabo's been doing with the program. Well, it's definitely good to have you guys on, man. We'd love to have you on back pretty soon, and thank you guys for joining us. I know we got a mutual friend that kind of hooked things up, man. Shout out to him. Really appreciate you guys. It's been a good talk.
Absolutely. Thanks again.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, it's a pleasure. Anytime.
Tell the people where they can find you all that.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Go ahead, Clark.
All right, you can. I'm on Twitter at Quag Talk. I'm on 12 to 3 with Kelly Gramlich on Clemson's flagship station every weekday, and then I do women's basketball, baseball, play-by-play, and then football pregame, halftime, and postgame on the Clemson Athletic Radio Network. So you can find me there too.
And mine's just all Clemson Tom, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and I do a very similar kind of fun podcast with some Alabama guys called 3rd and 3, and we always do it once a week, and I post it on my Facebook, but we just do it for fun, man. So it's a lot of good time.
I'm about to find some homer coverage next year, like some guys that are real homer and shit.
Got homer.
If the offense is back, I'll say whatever you want me to say, man.
Yeah. This is 2 years ago or last year? Man, I'd come in with like a fur coat, feeling all swaggy, man. I'm coming in with a T-shirt I bought in like 2011. I'm just trying to be nice. Hey, nice.
Dressing for the occasion, baby. You know, I feel you.
Right. Hey, man, y'all boys have a good evening, man.
Thanks for coming in, guys.
Thanks,
Take
guys.
care, fellas.
Appreciate it.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling.
Craig, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty well, man. I'm doing pretty well. Yeah, just trying to enjoy these final couple weeks here before.
Oh, yeah, some big wins, huh?
Yeah, man. I've lived here about 9 years now, and Pitt football, they're usually just known for being like, they're like the program that goes 6-6 and 7-5 every year. And I mean, they haven't had a year like this for a while. It's been at least like going back to when like LaShawn McCoy, Deion Lewis were here. And before that, man, it was even longer. You're talking like Dan Marino at that point before, it's just a program that doesn't get to double-digit wins very often. And it's looking like they might do it this year.
So,
but I feel like it was kind of pretty cool for we have Clemson on previously, and you guys, just had a win against Clemson, and they have you on right now. Go ahead, Larry.
Yeah, I don't care nothing about that. It's our week, ain't got don't be trying to piggyback that Pitt win into a win for y'all. So actually, let me formally introduce our guy here tonight. Graciously joining us, Craig Meyer, sports writer for the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Covers all University of Pittsburgh athletics in general, if I'm not mistaken. Basketball, I don't want to misspeak, but
no, you got it.
Yeah, I reached out to him, man, and he was gracious enough to kick it with us. So thank you for being here with us, man, first and foremost.
No, I appreciate y'all thinking of me for this and having me on.
Hey, man, I'll tell you this much. You're Googleable, so, that's how it kind of worked out. I said –
that's a good and a bad thing, I guess. But
yeah, I tell you what, I've been on the bad side of that. So, there was a time, I'm going to give a super quick story, and it ain't going to matter because if y'all try it now, it's not going to work. But there was a time you could Google Larian socks, and I would pop up, and not a very flattering picture of me would pop up. It no longer pops up. I check every once in a while to see, but it's not it don't get enough hits no more. So, hey, if it's attached to something positive, like you being a writer covering Pitt sports, awesome, man. So yeah, that's actually how I found you, and I reached out, and thank you for coming on with us. So I guess we'll get right into it.
Thrilled to be here.
All right, we'll get right into it, man.
Talk about socks. We want to talk about his ass whooping, man. Let's get to this.
Yeah, let's talk about that, man. Bump the socks, Craig. Let's talk about how you're going to run it up on the score up on Saturday, man. Let's talk about that.
No, because I don't even think we're going to beat them that bad, so I don't know why y'all say that.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man, I don't see us. I think it'll be a very competitive game. So let's get right into it. It's been a special year, like you said, for Pittsburgh. A team that, is Pittsburgh. I'll tell you what, every year we play Pittsburgh is always a scary game for me. I'm never comfortable with it. It just always feels like, tricky, right? And y'all ruined our season, some years back, and it went all downhill from there, right? We went up there on Thanksgiving, a ranked team, favored in that game, and my buddy told me, he said, man, I don't like it. It's cold. It's Thanksgiving. It's just weird. I don't like the vibes. And it helped, send us down and bring us back to reality. So one of the things I've kind of heard about Pittsburgh this year is, but who they beat? And I'm a person that goes, well, you play who's on your schedule. But how do you kind of answer that? Because, again, you are what your record says you are. So what would your response be to that?
I think it's a fair point. I mean, like the ACC's down this year. They don't have that traditional juggernaut up top there. Like in previous years, you could point to Clemson and say, hey, well, we have like a bona fide national title contender here. Obviously, that's not the case this year. And if you look at Pitt's schedule, it's like, you know, I don't even know if Clemson's their best win. I mean, this is the worst Clemson team. Gosh, probably going back to when probably got to go back to when like Tommy Bowden was there.
Early Dabble years.
Okay.
Years.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's been a while. But outside of that, I guess Tennessee would probably be their best win. That's a rebuilding Tennessee program, first-year head coach. I mean, they seem to be okay. They're better than I thought they'd be at this point. I forgot what their record is. I think they're like around 500 or just over. But, I mean, that's a fair point. Like, I think, though. Oh, yeah. I mean, Pitt won that game by a few points. And at that point, it was kind of like, okay, this maybe isn't the best team, but – going down to a stadium where it seats 100,000, they're probably like 80,000 people. They're winning in that kind of environment. It's a big deal for them.
Absolutely.
But they turned around the next week and lost to Western Michigan. And that's like that's one of the knocks on this team's schedule right now is that if you lose to them, you know, like kind of a middle of the road MAC team, they're probably capable of losing to anyone left, which I think for the team's helpful because it kind of motivates them a little bit. But it does, yeah. Like I do think that's a fair point if you knock who they've played, and honestly, probably up until whatever bowl game there is, that'll probably be a fair point. Like even if they make the ACC title game, which they will unless they lose 2 more games here. Like even then, you're talking about them probably playing Wake Forest too. No matter how good that team is, I think people see Wake Forest and you're just like, it's Wake Forest football.
Right.
Like they were good that one year with Riley Skinner but that was like 15 years ago now. So yeah, I think it's a fair knock.
It's funny you say that because again, you guys ruined our season. This feels eerily similar to where I'm like, you can't apologize for winning, right? Look, we winning, I'm taking it. But I remember watching those games going, yeah, bro, like behind closed doors, like, hey, we ain't that good. We good. We can do some good things, but I don't know if we're there yet. But obviously, one of the reasons you guys are having success on field this year is the player Kenny Pickett. So besides him being, the same age as our punter, what's making him, what would you point out as makes him special?
I think part of it just has to do with sort of what he's collected over his time in college. He's really smart player, doesn't make a lot of mistakes or have many unforced errors. His accuracy, his instincts have gotten a lot better over the course of his time at Pitt. He's got a semi-decent run game now, which he hasn't had the past 2 years. And he's, it's interesting with him. I haven't seen it. Like I didn't anticipate him being this good, at least statistically this season. If you look at his past 2 years, he was, completing like low 60 or he's like 61, 62% of his passes. Each of the past 2 years, he had 13 touchdowns to 9 picks. Like he was a perfectly fine player. I mean, that I think was what people would always describe him as. They'd be like, oh, gritty, gutsy. A lot of other terms that we use for
first guy in, last guy out.
Exactly. No, it's almost like white quarterback bingo. But he's like but this year I wouldn't. I mean, we kept hearing how good he looked. It's his 3rd year with Mark Whipple as the offensive coordinator, so there's some kind of chemistry there and some.
Yeah. Pitt winning big. Whipple got to get some get back.
Right.
Get back from way back then?
Yeah, bro. You still mad about that?
I don't think so. We played Whipple last year. He could have got his got back then.
Did he get it?
No, he did not.
Well, he still got to get it.
Oh, okay. I got you. My bad. I miscalculated. I see what you're saying now. He still owes one. Fair enough. Oh, I'm sorry, man. We didn't mean to cut y'all.
Oh, no. It's fine. It's fine. But, yeah, I think he's just – I mean, they've compared it some like I think it was Brett Venables last week compared Pickett a little bit to Joe Burrow, which I mean, he's not as good as Joe Burrow, but I think it's the general idea. Like the dude has this year that kind of comes out of nowhere and really blossoms.
The same comparison though, Joe was pretty much average his first couple of years or whatever, and then exploded onto the scene. Because I think Kuiper even had Pickett as number one, even though this is a weak quarterback class overall. Right. Kuiper had him number one overall on his big board.
And if you had told me that 2 months ago, I wouldn't have believed you, man. Like he was.
I still don't believe Kuiper.
He all we got.
Right.
But like Pickett last year was seen as like a 5th or 6th round pick because he could have left because he was a senior last year, but guys got the extra year this year. And had he left, which a lot of people thought he would have been like probably a 5th round pick, maybe a 6th round pick. But he's turned himself into something else this year.
Yeah, I heard he's been at Peyton's camp the last 3 years, and he reached out to Peyton and to say, hey, get some feelers out for me. And yeah, that was the feedback he got. So smart money was on him coming back. I definitely don't knock the kid for that, or I ain't gonna call him a kid. He a grown ass man out there. I like when he won the game and it was like, what are you gonna do after this win? He's like, have a couple of cold ones. I was like, You gotta watch out. He gotta watch out for contributing to the delinquency. Like if I'm him, I'm checking IDs. Everybody come my house like, nah, bro.
He's like, I'm not about to party with little ass kids. I'm going.
He grown. He got no company and shit.
Like
he's watching Sports Center.
I got to make sure everybody gets
like an 8th year senior. You've already had all the terrible roommates and shit. So you ain't with all the parties. And he live alone. He doing adult shit. How do Miami's going to the cold, right? A team that's kind of like trying to keep their season together. They're fighting for my man Emmanuel Diaz. Like, what do Miami got to do to not quit in the cold? How do they stay in this game?
You asking me?
Yeah.
I mean, we've gone up there and been successful. I think it's 3 in a row right now. So, obviously when you're playing at home, there's always going to be an advantage. I expect, and I was actually going to ask Craig this as well. The game is a little early. The crowd turnout for them against.
It's noon.
Yes. No. It's is it noon?
Noon, yeah.
It is. That's right. It is noon. I don't know why I was thinking it was 3:30. So yeah, it's a noon game. So it's an early kickoff. It's going to be pretty chilly out there. So that will play in. I think it'll be a factor, but I think the crowd will be a little smaller than it was for Clemson. So, that'll bring it down a little bit. I think we could go and win in the cold because we've done it previously, and it'll probably take a little bit to get that crowd going early in that game. So I think if we are able to pull this off, we can't have what we have been having, which is slow starts. Last week was the first time we played NC State. We got out, we matriculated the ball down the field. We put it in a red shirt freshman's hand. I don't even know if we ran a running pass that first drive. I don't believe we did. So a key for us, I think, cold or not, is going to be just not getting off to a cold start. Right. And that's been our MO up until last week. So we got to see if Tyler Van Dyke can build upon what he did last week, come out again. Like, honestly, if I'm Manny, I might even take the ball first and try to establish it if I win the toss. Right. To try to get going, and let's see if we can't get this thing established and kind of silence the crowd a little bit early. I'm glad you asked that question because it actually it leans into a question I was going to ask you, Craig. What do you see the early start as a positive for you guys? Is that you think that plays well into your hands?
I don't think so. I think that plays more into Miami's hands because, this isn't really, this is a pro town. Pitt plays in a stadium. Like Pitt ideally would have like a 45,000 seat stadium, but they play at Heinz Field where the Steelers do. Play seats about 70,000. They got, I think, like 60,000 last week for what was their biggest home game in like 5 years. So, I mean, it's not going to be the most imposing atmosphere. It's an early kickoff. Might be, I don't want to say a late arriving crowd, but might be a crowd that's not what it would have been for a 3:30 kickoff or a 7 or 8 o'clock kickoff. It does it does kind of give, we had talked about that at the 2017 game some, which was actually one of Kenny Pickett's first games.
One of my favorite games too. I love that game.
It was, yeah. People hear jokes sometimes that anytime that Miami loses and is on a bit of a losing streak, everybody here goes back to that game and is just says that Pitt broke that program, but
turnover chains. But, yeah,
but they were way before that, Craig. Don't worry about it. It was way before that.
But
y'all didn't do it.
The Wild.
No, we didn't. No worry, we will in a couple weeks.
Sure. Go ahead, Craig. Sorry.
No, it's no problem. No, I need to apologize. But there are some weird parallels between what that game was for Miami and what this game is for Pitt. Like a proud program with a lot of history and tradition is having a great season. It's best season in a long time. And then they're going to play another proud program with a really good history, doing it with a backup quarterback, where the other one, is ranked high. I mean, Miami was number 2 that game. Pitt's 17 now, so it's not quite a perfect comparison, but and it's a noon kick. It's at Heinz Field, and there are some parallels that for Pitt fans I think would freak them out a bit. And the other thing too is that we had talked about Pitt losing to Western Michigan the game after beating Tennessee. I mean, this is a somewhat similar situation, I guess, where you get another really big win where a lot of people are kind of gassing them up, and it would fall in line with what Pitt traditionally does for them to lose this game. I mean, players have talked a lot about how they learned from the Western Michigan loss, and I think this game will be a pretty big test of that. Although they have a lot of Florida dudes on their roster too, a lot of whom either didn't get offered or weren't seriously pursued by Miami. So I could also see that being a motivating factor that would maybe prevent this from being a letdown.
It always is, man. I think I saw something, that said I believe we only offered one guy, that is going to be playing against. So I know they're going to come in absolutely fired up.
That's crazy because Pitt recruits Florida pretty well too.
They do, they absolutely do. They do fairly well down here.
And Brian Robinson almost went to Pitt, remember?
Yeah.
Really? And it was I know Camden Brown. They have a receiver right now from St. Thomas Aquinas that's committed to Pitt.
Right. Yeah, they camp out down here a little bit.
Yeah. They sniped. Who we talking about? Shady. It was able to snipe them.
Took Shady from Miami. That's right.
Yeah. So I mean, they definitely do pretty well in our backyard. So far, Manny's done pretty well against Whipple so far, fairly well at least. What if you guys are to pull off this win this week? What do you think the difference would be this year to kind of be the push over the edge?
Yeah, I think it'll just be a matter of a team that's clicking really well and has maybe a little bit more experience there. I think Miami, at least if you're basing it off of these guys' star ratings and reps coming out of high school, I mean, I think Miami's clearly a more talented team. But Pitt's got some guys who, when you can tie everything back to a quarterback who's he's playing as well as he ever has, one of the top Heisman contenders right now. And the thing too for him is he's got some weapons too, like Jordan Addison's his top wideout.
He's a player.
As far as his yards, I mean, he's one of the there are a lot of good wideouts this year. I don't want to discount anyone, but he's probably one of the top 15 or 20 guys nationally, I think. And he's got some other good targets to throw to. In the red zone, he's got Lucas Kroll, who's a Florida transfer. Transferred for very understandable reasons because he was behind Kyle Pitts. So, I think he's
I watched him play a couple games for y'all, and I kept saying to myself, we can use him this year. Our tight end room isn't terrible, but he's a different athleticism at a position than what we have right now.
Yeah, he's a really tall target in the red zone. There are videos of him doing backflips and all kinds of acrobatic stuff. And Pitt's they've had awful tight ends really for the past few years. I think over the 3 years before this one, they had 2 tight end touchdowns total.
Crew going to the Hall of Fame.
Who going in the Hall of Fame?
Crew going to the Pitt Hall of Fame.
Chill out.
I was just talking about I had terrible tight ends over the years.
Craig, how you feel about the ACC as a whole? Who do you think end up winning this thing, in your opinion? It's an opportunity time for Pitt.
That's the thing. It's kind of lined up perfectly for them. Where like the year that and this is part of the reason that their record and their outlook is as good as it is because the ACC's down. Going into the year, I had that Clemson game marked down as a loss. Like not even in pen. Like that was in Sharpie. Like I just got to assume that they were going to lose that game. But I mean, Pitt's in a good spot. I've lived here long enough. I'm not from here, but I've lived here long enough to kind of know that, right when things appear rosy and like there's going to be a happy ending, it tends to fall apart.
Craig. Don't do that, Craig. Don't do that, Craig. Enjoy life, baby. I'm gonna tell you, bro. When I got good seasons, you gotta appreciate the good seasons, bro. Because you never know, dog. So you gotta lie a little bit. Like you gotta get into the hype. You gotta buy it. You gotta pick it. He finna win the Heisman, dog.
You ain't gotta do none of that, man. Do what you want to do.
It's crazy because Bud had recently said that he feel like Pitt to be Oklahoma on a neutral side field. Like
really?
now.
I don't think that's.
I can see that though. I mean,
I can see that too, though. Oklahoma.
They had a tough time with Kansas.
Yeah, they barely beat Tulane. Oklahoma is definitely fool's gold. Like, come on, man. Like, they're riding on that logo. That team ain't that great at all. Period.
Yeah, but they just don't have the losses back. That's why I feel like them preseason rankings are kind of BS, man. They should be throwing out the window.
Right.
That's a different conversation. But yeah, he said they feel like Pitt to win, but you're right. It's just a perfect formula for Pitt this year, man. Just because overall it's really not that strong. I feel like Wake Forest will probably be the best team on the Atlantic, probably. Just depending on how that NC State game shake out. It's looking real good for Pitt, man.
Pitt got a shot at the playoffs, bro. Y'all can win out.
That's crazy, and it's crazy how. And let's talk about another conversation. How it's literally,
bro. Come on,
how it's literally it's kind of every other team in the Coastal except for one team. How many teams have we seen in the Coastal over the years that kind of show up throughout the years? Like, oh yeah, this is the team that's going to the ACC championship from the Coastal and got a shot, even though they don't have a shot to win it because of Clemson over the years, but it's kind of a revolving door in that Coastal itself for one team, right?
What's the one team?
I don't know, man. Some team, 95 South, Coral Gables, Pembroke Primes, depending on who you ask. Is that team down there?
69 South.
Yeah, 69
95, man. I want y'all to quit saying 69 South, man. Stop being weird. That's not what it is.
But no, it's crazy that Miami has really taking advantage of this.
This was our year, bro. This was our year.
It was set up for Miami to do some shit this year.
Have mercy.
Manuel.
Yeah, that's why we got to ruin their season because they ruined ours. So it's payback season for us, man. Oh, I want this game really bad. I didn't even, I still trying to get Manny packed up and sent on about his way. He ain't got to go far. You could just
Right.
Yeah, Craig, what's your thoughts on that? You feel like Manny Diaz should be fired that seas's end, or you feel like he should have another year, or what's your take, I guess, so far in the season in regards to Miami?
Yeah, we talked earlier, like they got a lot of talent on the team. I mean, I feel bad in some ways because you obviously this team had a quarterback, but he's just been injured. I mean, with him, I thought it was just weird too because when
another year, Craig.
I mean, I could see it. I don't know if they have the money to buy him. Like part of it,
that evil on me, Craig. Don't you wish that evil on me? He ain't coming back no next year.
You can't fire a guy that loses his Heisman, preseason Heisman quarterback.
Let's not talk Heisman. I don't want to talk Heisman.
Running back, like he lost his best two offensive players. Then his first round draft pick in Bolden, he's out for the season. Like, how do you fire that guy?
Who is the Heisman guy? I don't trust your Heisman takes. So, you know what I'm talking about. I don't trust your Heisman takes.
Nah, I don't know what you're talking about.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
They had King on the watch list.
Did they have somebody on your team on the watch list?
Oh, yeah, for sure they did.
Yeah. Hey, you did too. Anyways.
No, but I didn't lose mine. Like, the only reason the tape came up because you can't fire man. He lost his guy, bro.
Okay, fine. Listen, you could try to spin that anyway, which way you want. That brother is going to be a coach for us. He can come back and be a grad assistant. He can't play quarterback no more for us, man. He gave it all he had. Mighty Mouse got to move on to the NFL or a grad assistant.
You can
That's
rule
all
out
they can do.
NFL right now. I can tell you that right now. So you might as well get the
legit-
coach.
As a
legit
slot,
they got
not
it.
as a QB. I've been said that. Now I've
Oh.
never.
All trolls aside, I do think at this point, like it's been a lot of like weird shit going on with Miami, whether it's Blake James, Ed Reed. There's been a lot of weird stuff going on around like the head coach situation. All that. I think a decision got to be made. And they do bring him back. It's really gonna be a shit show.
Bring him back. How old will he be if he comes back? That's not fair.
I don't think the situation is easy as you think it is because you think you gotta find an AD. I don't think you just fire.
No, right? No. I'm just saying. I'm saying in all fairness to as the parents of those children out there, there's no reason that a 30-year-old man should be out there playing football with them. That doesn't make sense. You know, these kids are 19, 20 years old. De'Aaron King will be 30 years old, man. That's not okay. I don't, you know, it's at some point you gotta look yourself in the mirror, you gotta look reality in the eyes and say, hey, this is, you know, this ain't my final destination. So anyways, we ain't gonna hold you too much longer, man.
That's no problem.
I'm gonna ask you a couple of quick questions. We'll get you up out of here, man. Okay, so Addison, I had heard was on possible concussion protocol. Is he cleared at this point?
They haven't announced or decided anything officially yet. The general feeling, though, is that he will play.
He will be. Okay, and the running back, I'm gonna give it a shot. I've been Abanikanda. Abanikanda. Okay.
It took me a little bit, man.
I took an N out. That's why I messed up. Okay, Abanikanda. Okay.
No, it took me some practice with that. You know, my Kentucky public school education only takes me so far when it comes to pronunciation.
I'm from Georgia, bro. It ain't a big stretch. You know what I mean? You do the best with what tools you're given. The same thing for him. Is he going to be clear for that game? Because I heard the same thing.
Yeah,
looking that way.
No, you know, it's got the same deal as Addison. The feeling right now is he will play.
Oh yes, I love it. Let them all play.
You don't care nothing about the kids, CJ.
Let them play, baby.
You can stand them up and twist them in the right direction.
Long as they clear, let them play, baby.
That's messed up, man. And you played ball. That's crazy.
I need it just for this game. Sit them out next week.
It's all good. All right, I got two more, man, for you, and I'm gonna let you go. If I was actually coming in town to Pittsburgh for this game, what would you recommend I go soak in some of the local, you know, late night culture, man?
Man, Pittsburgh's a weird city where it's a big city, I guess, or you know, like at least like a medium-sized big city.
I've been there once. That's why I'm asking this.
Everything closes here like at 10 o'clock.
That's what I was like, okay.
What the hell?
I went once. And
I mean, like bars are open until 2, but
what kind of South Carolina shit is this? That's like some some back row South Carolina stuff.
Bro, there was so many, like it had like a ear. It looks artsy because at the time I went, now this is probably about 10 years ago. There was a lot of shut down factories and stuff, but they're not like the buildings are still standing. So when you go through, it has like this kind of cool artsy look to it. But it's also kind of gloomy and sad because it's like, man, all those jobs just gone.
Yeah.
So I was wondering where you go, man. I went out and hung out a little bit. We went to some spot, but this guy was trying to pour Grey Goose shots in my mouth, and I was like, yeah, I gotta get out of here, bro. Like this, I don't know why this grown man is trying to pour a shot in my mouth. I'm not gonna really go for that. That's not what I do.
I don't understand why I would ever take a vacation to Pittsburgh. Like
I was visiting a friend. It wasn't a vacation.
No, I'm just saying myself personally. Like,
I'm
not judging you.
I'm
just saying, like, I don't know why I would ever have to go to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, just visiting a friend, bro. And she lived in West Virginia, so the closest big city was Pittsburgh.
You're not the most positive guy, but sell Pittsburgh to me. Why should I come visit real quick?
You're not the most positive guy.
No, it's a really cool place. Like
he's not even hype, bro.
He real. Say what you gotta say. Go ahead, man.
No. It's a place that really surprised me when I moved here. I kind of just had this idea of like abandoned steel mills, and but there's despite what I said earlier, there's a big strip of bars over in this neighborhood called the South Side here. Those ones stay open until like 2 or later. But it's a pretty cheap place to get around. Food's incredible here. The things it's famous for food wise are not good. Like, there's a place, Primanti Brothers here. where you get like French fries and coleslaw on the sandwich.
Oh,
like the fries are soggy, the coleslaw is like real
Larry ought to
vinegary.
be in heaven with that shit. He want to come right now. He's looking up
slaw
tickets.
good. If the slaw is good, I want it.
Yeah, it's not very good.
It's
So like that's what always gets held
yeah.
up for like Pittsburgh food is it's always that, but like the food scene here is great.
Coleslaw, I'm not visiting that place.
Yeah, count me out.
Craig did not sell it.
Hey, you did the best you could, man.
You can get drunk for like $25-$30 here. That's always
really?
one selling point I use.
On a nightlife, yeah. See, I'm in with that.
Yeah,
$25, $30 doing in Pittsburgh. That's why you got out of there.
You don't live in Pittsburgh. Yeah, I say you live in Calabasas or something.
Yeah,
all right, last one, man. I'm gonna let you go. If you could have either Larry Fitzgerald's teeth or Shady's feet, which one would you go with, man?
That's wild right there.
That's why I like.
I'd probably go with Shady's. I'll probably go with Shady's feet. I remember just like some of those cuts. Like I couldn't even imagine if I was like a DB that he was out.
Did you say Larry Fitzgerald's teeth?
Teeth, man. You seen Fitz teeth? You have some immaculate teeth, man.
All right, man. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Craig.
No,
You just not people to see that?
Y'all think you about to say something about like hands or something like that? You up to talk this man?
That's not the lane I want to drive down. Go ahead, Craig.
Well, I was gonna say, with Larry Fitzgerald, the thing I've always heard people talk about, like here, and nationally some too, is he's got a lot of people think he has a great ass. Like I'm not one to judge on that kind of thing. That's what people always go to with him.
All right, let's change the question. Larry Fitzgerald's ass.
You set the tone.
Hey, I'm good. I'm comfortable here. I hope you are too.
I'm not comfortable talking about
Nobody me at all. Nobody.
That might be like a bit of a pause situation here, but
no, don't pause nothing, bro. That's America's ass.
Shout out to the Avengers.
No doubt.
But yeah, Shady was a bad player though, man. He was a bad guy.
He was, man. We missed him in Miami. That's a good pick, man. I should have asked about Larry's ass. That's my fault. I dropped the ball there.
Let's get to the score. We're back to Larry's ass again, fam.
I'm a lineage of Larry, okay? Larian. My father is Larry. I can speak on his ass if I choose. CJ, give us a score.
All right, man. So my score, man, I'm gonna go. Talk about. I think I'm gonna go 31-14 Pittsburgh.
Woo!
You lying like hell. All right, go ahead, Sil.
Pittsburgh.
You got the boys getting smoked.
Man, they beat Clemson by 10, and Clemson defense is a lot tougher than UM's defense. I just feel like
our offense better than theirs, though.
That's true. I give you that. But
go ahead. That's fine. I ain't mad at you, bro.
I want to troll a little bit with this, but I know the picks are getting close. The season's winding down with the halfway mark. So I got the troll win on accident last week. I want Manny to win this game, but I just think Pitt pulls it off, man. Better quarterback play. Miami, I don't think is in a great position to be going on the road. Rooster could cause them some problems. They got to be explosive for Miami to keep it close. I don't think they're gonna methodically move the ball down the field. They got to create the explosive joints. But give me 31-24 Pitt.
Okay. Craig, what you got there, man?
Man, I'm good. I think I'm gonna be the third straight person here to say Pitt will score 31, but yeah, I'll go Pitt 31-20.
Okay, all right. Y'all do have a pretty solid defense. It's not getting yelled about as much as the offense, but that's because I think the offense is a little more uncharacteristically outside of what you expect from Pittsburgh. When I think Pittsburgh, I always think tough defense, especially under Narduzzi. Great coach. Narduzzi's a great coach. I when he was available, I was like, man, I wanted to bring him to us. But anyways,
real quick, Craig, are you expecting a full stadium, or the other Pitt fans more excited than you?
I'm not expecting a full one just because they got 60,000 for Miami or for Clemson, which is like 8 shy of a sellout there. So I would say some probably in like the 50 to 55,000 range, maybe, because I think that Miami is still like a national brand. A lot of people care about. So I think that'll get some people out there. Not quite.
Come on, Craig.
Craig said not quite.
He was about to say yeah, but he see you set him up. He's like,
4 years ago, it definitely was.
Yeah. And you ruined it for us. Oh, we're gonna kill y'all season tomorrow. But go ahead. I mean, it's Saturday. Is it my turn?
Yeah, you got to pick.
All right. I'm gonna go. I actually had you guys winning this game up until I did the show yesterday. I did my Miami show, 26 degrees, and I don't remember the exact score, but I do think it's gonna be a close game. And if I'm gonna call it close, something weird's in the air, man. Like, as much as Miami fans are in a way, we're rooting for Manny to lose. We're rooting for the kids to win. We're rooting for Manny to lose, but you can't have both things. I think weirdly enough, we kind of pulled this off 31-27 in a close fought game. And then I think we lose the Georgia Tech. It feels like a weird energy around this game to me. I think, Blake tried to kind of fire Manny because he thought he was going to lose to NC State. He went on a little short media run and let it be known, like, he tried to detach himself from Manny, like he didn't hire the guy 12 hours after the other guy quit. So he took a cowardice move, and he went and did interviews to try to detach himself to save himself. And then Manny went out and pulled off the W. So I kind of think this week is similar to that. This could, again, be a week where you could kind of get rid of that guy, but I think somehow they pull it off. So, yeah, I'm going to go 31-27 Miami, man. And with that, Craig, we definitely appreciate you coming on and kicking it with us, man. Welcome back anytime, man. It was great spending time with you talking about football. Tell the people where they can find your stuff out there, man.
Yeah. You can find me on Twitter at Craig Meyer, PG, MEYER, because there's one thing I've learned in life. There's a million different ways to spell my last name. Apologies for any bad takes that you find on there. But yeah, no, that's probably the best place to find me.
Apologize for nothing. Trust me, I got bad takes all day. I don't care. It's my
That's the beauty of this world. We all do.
Hey,
some are just worse than others.
All right, definitely.
Hey, thank you, man. We really appreciate it, man.
No, thank y'all.
Appreciate it, my guy.
Thanks, Craig. It's been a pleasure.
Really appreciate y'all having me.
All right, later, bro.
All right, before we get into this national news talk, one time for the great folks at Brunt Insurance and Financial Services. Anything you need insured from the Panhandle to the Keys, give my man Greg a call at 954-589-2204 or visit his website, bruntinsurance.com. Auto, trailer insurance, motorcycle insurance, boat insurance, life insurance, anything you may need insured, my man got you. If you get one of those autos, like, we might well merge this thing. So after you go buy the whip from Bennett, right? They deliver it to your door. You gotta insure that thing. Because you ride around here with a big whip, got big coverage. So work with both of them guys. If you need a new whip, I'll let my man Anthony at Bennett. And if you need some insurance, I'll let my man Greg at Brunt Insurance. All right, top 25 news. None of us is in this conversation. Clyde is still right.
Well, we beat a ranked team, so we kind of in the conversation.
Nah.
Y'all ain't beat a ranked team.
NC State not even ranked this week.
Loaded.
They was ranked when we beat them. Right. We was ranked when they beat them. Did you beat a ranked team this year, Silk?
Oh, no. Unfortunately, we haven't.
Okay. All right. So we beat a ranked team. So
hey, mistakes happen all the time.
What?
Shout out to that.
Mistakes happen all the time.
Gonna win. Shout out to Manny, bro. It was a great win by Manuel.
I like what you're doing, man. You son of a.
Yeah, nothing too much.
Son of a great guy. I met your dad. I like your dad, so I will not slander Mr. Knowles. Good dude, great dude.
Yeah, looking at it, man, nothing's really changed, man. Aside from Penn State going from 7-20 after losing to Illinois, man. Speaking of Penn State, man, old boy, he got 2 feet out the door, man.
That man ain't got no 2 feet out the door.
What do you think Franklin could be doing?
Shit, that motherfucker just hired Jimmy Sexton, bro. He got 2 feet out the goddamn door.
Jimmy Sexton be getting that shit.
Yeah.
Getting that business going. A lot of jobs open. I think Miami's also watching the landscape of that too. Who's going to be looking?
See, that's the thing too, man. Because if so X amount of jobs open up, man, that'll put Miami in like a chokehold when you look at the pecking order stuff, right? If we look who's open right now, we got USC is open right now, LSU right now. Of course, Miami will be third out of those three. Who else is on the hot seat?
I think that's Franklin's only option is USC. So I think if he hires Sexton, there's got to be some conversation already going down right now. I don't think LSU is going after Franklin at all.
I don't think he fits.
Hell, if I was USC, I wouldn't go after Franklin, man. Like you losing to fucking Illinois and stuff, man. Like come on, man.
Again, yeah, he's a guy that we spoke about it before. I like it. I think you kind of reminds me of
Black Man.
I was thinking Ball. Lamar. Who's the dad? LeVar
Ball.
Yeah, in the sense that like he's good at selling this thing that sells the product that you like. Now, to his credit, and the work that Lonzo has put in, Lonzo is one of my favorite players now. I think he developed into that though. But I loved how LeVar sold that boy way higher than he was worth at that time. I think he's developed into a guy that is worthy kind of that pick, but at the time he wasn't. He really wasn't. So that's why I see with James Franklin. I see James Franklin like getting jobs, and I'm like, when USC is a destination job, I think, in college football. If you could turn it around, it's tough again because they're a private institution as well.
I mean, I don't even know if USC is a better job than Penn State.
It's tough because I'm gonna tell you that's why I said that.
I think so.
I don't know, man. Because I'm telling you. Like, okay,
because when you look at the West Coast, you got on the West Coast, USC is the brand. Like when USC is up, all them kids from the West Coast want to go to the West Coast, and USC don't really have no natural recruiting rivals. So you have Oregon, that's pretty much it. And once USC is up, they out recruit Oregon on a regular, and they also have an easier path to the college football playoffs because you have to play the Michigans, Ohio States, the Wisconsins.
I like the job. I like the USC job better, right? But I think like the amount of resources he's gonna have at both places. Like I don't think he's gonna have like a better opportunity on the West Coast, bro. I think he has all the tools in the world at Penn State. Their recruiting is top notch. Like they're going to get the best recruits like nationally. They come to Florida, they go West Coast, Midwest. They don't vibe a lot on the West Coast, but they're going to get kids nationally.
Now imagine that's that for the SC logo, because we see what SC can do on the national stage.
Okay, but this is what I want to say, and this is why I was going to draw the parallel. There was this information floating around that a lot of people misinterpreted, where they saw all this money with Miami, right? And it was like, oh, look at all this money, But what they failed to look at was our expenses. We don't have a huge cushion of money because we're a private institution. I think USC faces some of those same challenges. So I kind of lean more towards Silk saying in Penn State being a state-funded school as well, the resources, like, bro, our total resources don't stack up against Texas A&M's football resources, period. It's just the money. Like a lot of people misread that because I say, yeah, y'all looking at $4.2 billion, right? But you ain't looking at our expenses are $4.1 billion.
Right.
So it's like it looked good. You got to look at the offset, right? You got to look at the overhead. When you're a private institution, that's what makes it very tricky to keep up and compete.
And that's why like USC and Miami are so similar in that like big city vibe, private institution. They're twins. Twins.
It really is. And I've said this before to other Miami
but
fans.
I think they care about football.
Yeah, that's the big difference.
You can care.
Yeah, the football.
Okay, that's fine. I'm not even debating that. That's fine. I think they do care more about football. Bottom line is money talks, bullshit runs a marathon. If you don't have the finances, you're still competing against even a UCLA or Oregon. We all know Oregon has.
Penn State job is a big job, bro.
It is. Oh, absolutely.
That's a huge job.
Absolutely. If you can win at Penn State and turn that thing back around, I think the only reason he would leave is because he feels the seat getting warm and he just hightails it out of there and gets another check.
I think he just hit his ceiling. I don't.
Right. So why not go get the money if USC want to pay me? All right, I'm going. Yeah. Let me go get one more bag before The truth comes out.
I mean, I'd rather live in California too, as well.
And that too, right? And that don't hurt either.
So Pennsylvania versus LA is like a no-brainer, yeah.
Oh yeah. You ain't telling me.
Yeah, but
shit.
the money is flowing in Penn State, but it's just like you got so many players in the Big Ten, and like big players. I don't know. I just feel like for them to hit on the national championship. Well, I just feel like they just hit their peak as a program in general. 10, 11 wins, so to speak.
Okay, so I mean, he's Black Dan Mullen. Like that's the round where he gonna get you, man. You'll get some top 10 rankings. A decent football team. They're gonna be competitive. He recruits better, no doubt. But I think he's at his ceiling at that program. I think a lot of these coaches get burnt out. Like they be needing fresh spots, man. You know.
Yeah, fresh starts.
Yeah.
Sometimes messages get old, man.
Yeah. I mean, a fresh start, people look at it sometimes as a bad thing, but I always go back to like when Dungy and
ahead of the curve like Jimbo, man.
That was way ahead of the curve.
When Dungy and Chucky swapped places, it kind of worked out for both parties, where Dungy got to go up to Indy and kind of fix some of their defensive woes. And you sent Gruden on down to Tampa Bay to help fix their offensive woes, and both of these guys ended up with a Super Bowl. Neither guy was really failing. I mean, they were both putting together comparable. Not comparable. Comparable in this sense, but competent is the word I was looking for. Competent football teams out there that competed, but they were just falling short year after year. So I think, you see some of those parallels in a guy like Franklin. And, sometimes it could just be, hey, let me get on this side and it could change things. But again, I've said this to some of my Miami fans. That's what I was alluding to earlier, that to be honest with you, in today's climate, it's such a hard mountain for us to climb. And the only way I can see anything truly changing is that they decide to go public, which I don't see happening. You just need the extra funding, I believe. You can't depend on alumni, right? Like, why is I am an alumni, right? Why Adrian James got to give all his money up?
Hey man, fuck Miami. We even say and do your soapbox in Miami.
No, it's not even that. I'm just don't say that. That's you're so unprofessional, man. This is why I told y'all this is my last year with this shit, right? I can't deal with this horse shit, man. I can't do it,
bro. We're the top 25, like talk, bro. Like,
yeah. Well, I'm just drawing the parallel, but anyway.
Yeah,
fuck
no
you
doubt,
too.
no doubt. Really
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what? This is the second time you
my
don't
dog,
shut me
bro.
up. Man, I love you too, brother.
And let's talk about top 25 real quick though. Oklahoma gets by Kansas in an egregious win. Nobody they lead the league in egregious wins.
Yeah, I don't get them out of here, man. Get Oklahoma the fuck out.
That's why I just need one loss so we can get. And that's the thing. That's why I feel like we just need that one loss to get these motherfuckers out of it for real.
And this is what I mean. Their drop is going to be like they pretty much out of it with one loss.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, because all these egregious close wins.
Correct.
See, and this is what I was saying when we were on No Cap about Florida State that year. It's like, yeah, you keep winning.
We want thumb wrestle with Kansas though, bro.
I mean, y'all didn't play Kansas. Y'all didn't play.
I'm saying like bad teams like that. I get what you're saying though.
But it just wasn't,
What happened on, most of these people, a lot of people don't have No Cap.
Well, they need to get it.
You got it.
I gave them this story.
Quick rundown. Larry Young was criticizing Florida State's playoff run.
Yeah, just saying that
they lost at Oregon.
Yeah, just saying that. Yes, I understood that they were undefeated champs. A lot of talent on that team, but the way they won the previous year and the way they were winning the next year just didn't line up the same. I didn't see the dominance, and that's what I'm seeing with Oklahoma. I think Oklahoma's going to kind of have one of those years. I don't think they're going to lose. I think they're going to keep skating by on some wins that they maybe shouldn't get, and then somebody's going to bust their ass in the playoffs. They're a big brand, though, so. But, yeah, Oklahoma just don't pass the eyeball test. I mean, Kansas is 1-6. Kansas is
a terrible football team.
They're the worst P5 program,
it's
probably.
Really, dog, I think ever. This shit's really coming down to everybody just ready for the square of Georgia.
Let's see, man. That's what I'm saying.
Like the SEC championship again and see what's up, and then we'll get a rematch again in the playoffs or some shit. That's what everybody waiting on.
I'm just looking at these rankings now, just trying to figure out like top 4 wise. If we do have that matchup again, of course, if Alabama lose, they'll be out. But then if Alabama wins, man, that's when that should get real interesting, man.
One time for Fragrance Journey, man. Go follow my guy on YouTube. Y'all don't follow him.
You just came up with that out of nowhere.
No, he said, "What's up?" He watched us live.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Yeah, dropped it to the chat.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that Big Ten will play itself out. So I know we were talking about that Michigan State game. Both of those guys play this week. Ohio State lurking. You got what 1, 2, 3, 4 teams. Iowa too. Iowa, Michigan State, Michigan, Ohio State. All those guys are. That should have played itself out. So the Big Ten is still in question. So it's still a lot of football left.
Give me your playoffs. Let's play.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Give me your playoffs.
That's what I'm saying. It's so tough right now. All right, so Georgia. All right, if we play right now, I say Georgia, Cincinnati, Bama, Ohio State. And that's only because it's right now. We got to still. I feel like you got to for Bama. Like they got to win the conference championship, that type of deal. But if we just talk based off right now, I'd probably have Bama in there, and I wouldn't have Oklahoma in there, and I'll substitute them for like Ohio State or Michigan.
I got the same as you. I would just swap Oklahoma in for Ohio State,
just because they're undefeated.
I think they're just gonna skate through undefeated.
Which I understand. Which I ain't got a problem with.
They'll win the conference. I think they're gonna skate through undefeated. We watching them and we're like, this team ain't. They're winning, so you're winners, but are they contenders? I don't think they're contenders, but I think they'll be able to pull it off and get all the way through.
I'm not buying Oklahoma making it. Oklahoma gonna get scathed. They're not gonna.
Think they're gonna slip somewhere?
Yeah.
Well, they still got to play Oklahoma State, right?
Yeah.
I could see that one.
Pull the schedule real quick.
They should, yeah. Let's see what Harlan got. Producer Harlan got UGA, Ohio State, in order. 1 UGA, 2 Ohio State, 3 Bama, and 4 Oklahoma. That's kind of how I got it, yeah. Well, no.
Give me Cincy at that 4 spot. I just don't see Cincy losing.
Yeah, I don't think Cincy losing.
You got to have, because they beat Notre Dame and they beat there was another P5 team they beat.
What's the other team they knocked off?
It was another P5 team, but beat Notre Dame, which is a pretty good team, and you win.
Pretty solid, right? Yeah.
But you got I don't know. Oklahoma got some games down the stretch, man. The last 3 games they got Baylor, Iowa State, and Oklahoma State, which all are ranked in the top 25 right now.
Cheeks claps, man.
They're gonna lose one of those 3. They'll lose one of those 3.
100%. No way they're going.
Do they? They don't. They still don't have a championship game, right?
I don't think the Big 12 do.
So then they still could win the conference.
Even if they win that conference, man, with 1 L, I feel like the voters.
They got a lot of egregious wins, man.
Right?
So
Yeah.
They waiting to like the committee. Everybody waiting to ban them a little bit.
I'm with you. Yeah.
Make an example out of their ass real quick.
I think
Harlan. I think Harlan asked we favor Cincy over Bama, Ohio State. Now I think I still take I still take them, but you got to put them in there just based off the strength of it.
Well, I would say fake momentum. Yeah, it ain't fake momentum. It's just weak schedule. They ain't got to beat a lot. They beat who they had to beat.
Football,
you beat what you're supposed to beat.
No, they play good football. Yeah.
Play good football. Yeah.
Oh no,
you gotta do is beat those P5 matchups. If you G5,
right.
you skate through.
And that's it, right? And then you take care of the rest. Now, do they stumble? Do they have anybody worth a damn left?
Yeah, they don't have.
Do they have
They got Tulane. They got Tulane, Tulsa, South Florida. No. SMU, the only team that SMU's
okay.
SMU 7-0.
That's the only possible loss I can see.
Yeah, they beat Indiana and Notre Dame.
Right.
2 solid programs.
Indiana dropped a little bit this year, but still
Notre Dame's top 10
program. Right.
With only 1 loss, and that 1 loss came to Cincinnati.
Real quick. What do you guys think happened with Spencer Rattler? Oklahoma made a quarterback change. Spencer Rattler got the fly jury on the sidelines. The biggest, he got 2 vehicles after 1 game, bro.
That's man. What a way to go out. I wish I could know. No. Shit. Look,
that boy, man, Spencer Rattler. This all season, Spencer Rattler gonna have fun driving those cars on his visit tour list, on his transfer tour list. Gonna have fun driving those cars around the country on his visit list when you visit those schools.
And they nice cars too, bro. They ain't give them like some foolishness, man. They gave that boy some whips.
I think they're like leases though. I don't think he get to take them shit with him.
No, that ain't no.
You gotta get details on that deal. Give me that deal, Harlan. Super producer Harlan.
It better not be no foo-foo ass.
Man, they gonna snatch that shit after the season, man.
The poor man's about to be at his shit like Quavo did at Sweden.
Harlan just predicted Rattler to UM. Careful what you wish for now. Careful what you wish for. TVD finna cut y'all ass.
Rattler go down there, he just gonna club. Like I know, I hope he go down there.
Well, he ain't gonna beat TVD out, so that's fine.
TVD's a stud.
If we win this one, that'd be 5 in a row with 5 different quarterbacks. Damn, that's crazy. All right. Anyways, so what do we see, Brad?
You can wish all you want to.
I don't have to wish.
Shit, me. I seen your team play.
That's a crazy stat. Though.
Have you beat a ranked team this year?
No.
He had
Have you beat North Carolina this year? I mean, we could play the what did you say? Yeah. Let's talk about North Carolina. Exactly. Yes, it is.
It's not transitive. It's not transitive because I'm not comparing. No, it's not. I'm asking.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna ask you this question: Do you feel like NC State is a top 25 team?
Yeah. Why we gotta take it away from because we beat them?
They're not ranked now.
Well, they was top 25 and we beat them.
So you really think they're a top 25 team though on paper?
Yeah, because how good is this 25? You know how I feel about 25. You know, I think a lot of this shit.
All the same.
Why? It's not shitty. How is it shitty? Hold on, don't say that. Because be real. Bullshit aside. Hold on. Bullshit aside. The number 7 team just lost to a Illinois team that had what? 1 win?
2.
I'm talking crazy. Number 7 lost to a 2-win Illinois team. When the same coach. Hold on.
I know you watch the same coach.
Right. We talk about that
real quick. Because CJ talked about when the same coach just said, "Yo, this roster fucking sucks." He just said that shit. Right? Did he not?
Yeah, he did.
Right then. Shit,
upsets happen, Larry. This ain't no
ain't that upsetting. It's not that upsetting. It wasn't that upsetting.
No, that was very upsetting. It was like 9 overtime.
I saw that. Like I say, these motherfuckers ain't. It's not enough distinction between, like I said, 7 to 25. It's not enough distinction. It's not.
No, we definitely.
Here he come.
Yeah,
it's bullshit. Yeah, let's not do that shit. We've been on here all night. I don't want to talk about how you don't live in our neighborhood. CJ got your keys ready for you. You come pick them up Sunday.
Oh yeah,
Sunday come get your keys.
Carpet dry out. We got open house on Saturday and Sunday.
Come get your keys, man.
Oh yeah, we closing on Sunday.
Them boys about to get 6 wins and keep their gap, bro.
That's fine.
That's fine. Them people are not us, and we are not.
Y'all gonna get 6 too. You keep predicting these 8. You ain't predict a loss to Kentucky or LSU, so I don't see how you keep predicting.
Bro, we go to conference championships and shit like that. Like y'all don't even know what that look like. Like we not in the neighborhood, bro.
All I said, the big 3 will all be 4-4 after this week.
Turning first round draft picks. We are not in the same. Y'all poverty. Y'all are RV. Y'all
keep telling. Keep telling yourself all that shit. All
y'all
that
ain't even trailer park, bro. Y'all just at like RV park, like the ones at campsites and shit.
I hear you. What's next?
I think we could. Who y'all got for the Heisman? This is a shitty Heisman year.
Heisman
is shitty as fuck, man. I can't. That shit is terrible, dog.
Hey, that shit got King.
He
still got shot.
I got Emory.
He got shot
like you. Just like you, Emory.
I didn't have Emory, bro.
You want me to play the clip? Because I'm gonna let the fans decide.
No, hold on. But this is what you said. You said you came on this show and called Emory Jones a Heisman candidate. And I said,
did.
No, I didn't. No, I said you asked me a question. Is Emory Jones on the Heisman watch list? And I said, yeah.
What's the difference?
What you mean? What's the difference?
How you gonna be on the watch list if you ain't a candidate? What are you
talking
about?
CJ, let me show you something. This is why context of the show is key, right? If you listen to the first 3 episodes, it was about Emory Jones going a lot of interceptions at camp. Chris Doran saying that it's a battle. Dan Mullen quotes about, because he said in camp as well, like there's a quarterback battle going on. When people ask questions about Emory, he said people need to ask questions about Anthony. There was no vibes of me doing no Heisman talk. Only time Heisman ever came up on the show was when you asked me. And I said, is he on watching this? Yeah. But there was no
said, load up the caravan. I'll play the clip. I'll play the clip. The clip definitely insinuated that you thought he was on a path to the Heisman, bro. What are you talking about?
A path? Like, come on, bro. That's not the vibes of this show, dog. Like, you asked me a question, I answered it. What was I supposed to say?
Then why didn't you say no? Say, I wouldn't say he's on the Heisman, path. That ain't even saying any sense.
Like, we could go back and forth. You
always do this shit, so we can go back and forth, and then you say we don't want to go tit for tat, so that you can end up with the last point. It ain't about going tit for tat, dog. You insinuated that the guy could be on the path to a Heisman, yes or no?
I didn't insinuate. You asked me a question. How is that insinuating?
Then why not just say no?
Okay, you let me finish talking?
No,
this is what you do. No, you ask me a question, then I start answering, and you cut me off, and I can never finish my take, and then you say I cut you off.
Full of shit,
I never finish my take.
You full of shit. Go ahead.
So I never insinuate. Insinuating is me saying something vague. If you know what insinuate means, you asked me a direct question. You say, is Emory Jones on the quarterback watch list? A Heisman watch list? I said, if he's a full-time quarterback for Dan Mullen, he should be. Which one has it? Heisman watch list? Like, how big is a Heisman watch list?
I remember you did say, I didn't say he was gonna
be at the ceremony. I didn't say he's gonna be a top 4 guy. I didn't say none of that shit.
All right, my bad. I apologize. I had you all wrong.
If
you would have asked me,
I hyped Emory Jones, and I didn't hype Emory Jones this fall. All fall I've been saying, I don't know how we're gonna keep 15 off the field.
I got the clip, Harley. You ain't got to find the clip. I'll play the clip. You ain't got to find it. He told me you already did the search and you didn't find it. I'll play the clip. The clip.
All
right, I'll play the clip.
Yeah,
I'll play it right now.
The clip. Like, it ain't about the clip. It's what you insinuated. I didn't say I didn't say it. You insinuated that I hyped Emory. Hold on, can I finish? You insinuated that I hyped Emory Jones this fall on this show. And the vibe for this show has been, no, I don't know how they're going to keep 15 off the field. That has been my vibe the entire fall.
All right, now remember, this is...
The only time Heisman Emory Jones was brought up when you brought up Emory Jones in the Heisman. I didn't hype a Heisman run by Emory Jones.
Okay, I'm going to say
context matters.
Okay, all right. And I'm saying, when in this clip, you're going to hear me say, do you still have Emory? That's just the first one I found. So that means I asked you about this before.
No. Do you have it on the clip? Don't insinuate.
I'm telling you, it's in the clip.
Bro, where's been vibes in the show?
I won't play.
Okay, real quick. I'm not going to actually see your question.
All right. You win.
It's not my win. CJ, what has been the vibes of the quarterback room from me on this show?
It's all
you can ask Harden as well. Like, it's just their opinion of the vibes of the show, bro. You're insinuating something. So
I sent it.
No, you being consistent with saying that.
I didn't ask him shit.
No, you being consistent with saying that AR being the guy the talk of the camp, whatever, and Emory was throwing picks. But when that Heisman talk came up, you was more so. I think it was more so you saying, yeah, I believe in Dan Mullen, so to speak, and whatever Dan Mullen got going on. You did see that he would be in the Heisman contention, of conversation if he's the full-time guy. But it was more so saying because
that's a lot of contingencies.
Did you? No, it was more so. The conversation was more so just like Dan Mullen and what Dan Mullen.
Like the entire show ain't one clip, Larry. So
I know, but I didn't.
In the context of the show, no, we're talking about because you discredit my opinions because I had Emory on the hype train. That's how they started, right? And that hasn't been the case at all. The case, my opinion about the quarterback room has always been AR's a better talent than needed play. So there was never no energy of me hyping Emory on no hype train, and in my opinion, needs to be discredited because of that. But you can play the clip, my brother.
I don't want to play the clip. Fuck the clip.
No, because the clip's meaningless.
Hardly look for the clip, right?
You
told me hardly play. Hey, here go the fucking clip. Here go the clip.
You play the clip.
Is it coming through?
Bro, we don't hear it.
Hold on. Yeah, I can't tell.
Yeah, put him on Heisman watch. Take me off for that.
No. See, how you started there? Play it from the beginning.
No, wait a second, sir. I didn't know the shit wasn't playing loud enough. Hold on, let me start back over. My bad.
We got technical difficulties now.
Ass up. You know what you said.
Yeah, play it.
Questions, you good? So I'm at with. I think I'm good. Can I continue to put Emory Jones down for Heisman watch? Yeah, put him on Heisman watch. Check me off for that. I think my man's finna crank up the caravan. Don't let these message board rumors fool you, dog. Like Dan Mullen is not gonna try out a bad offense. You know what his quarterbacks do. He's gonna put Emory in a situation that works for Emory. So all the bad stuff you see, they try stuff in practice. That's what you try it out at.
So that didn't insinuate that Emory would be in the Heisman race.
No, Fergal, you said
then okay, I apologize.
Damn, so you just asked me a question.
You said no. I said you said no. I'm done. I don't need to hear no more. You said no.
We need to put a poll out on the network.
Me, should I put Emory Jones on the Heisman watch list? Back to the original point. The original point of this coming up was your opinion ain't shit. You had Emory Jones on the Heisman or had him up for the Heisman this fall. When talking football and the quarterback, that's how this came up, bro.
I had Emory on the Heisman.
No, you said I did.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
This came up because you said my opinion about Emory being on some Heisman candidate discredited like my opinion. When the vibes of my quarterback room have always been Emory Jones is not the guy that should be starting. That has been the real vibes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the conversation was based around. Not one clip. It's been the vibes of the show, in my opinion.
Okay. It's all good.
Oh, definitely. All right, what we got next?
You got these prize picks, babies. Let's get into it. All right, prize picks.
What they call them motherfuckers? You a gaslighting motherfucker, man. I
can't, bro. The facts are the facts, bro. All right, what we got next, bro?
Let's go get in these picks, baby. All right.
Let's get in these picks. What we got, CJ?
All right, we got prize picks. Prize picks is the easy way to play daily fantasy. It's daily fantasy simplified. It's just you and the projected numbers. You can choose from yards, touchdown, fantasy points, and much more. You can also pick from football, M&A, boxing, and soccer. Download Prize Picks right now, and they'll match your deposit 100% up to $100. Again, if you download the app right now, they will match your deposit 100% up to $100. Use promo code RollUp. Prize Picks, baby. All right, fellas. Let's get into these picks for the week. Let's start with the
recap.
Oh yeah. My bad. Harlan. What's the record?
Yeah, recap, bro. I see where I'm at, bro. Man, they got me that little sneak win real quick. Got one of them accidents.
Did he go back? He did go back, right? I did listen to the show. I can't remember. You did go back to Miami, right?
We went back to Miami.
Oh, okay.
So Silk was the only one to get Miami.
That was a troll, man. Shout out to the troll pick, man.
Right.
CJ was the only one to pick FSU to cover. Larion was the only one to miss the Syracuse-Virginia Tech game. Syracuse pulled that one out.
That was a good game.
Larion is the only one to pick LSU.
You missed it, Larion.
I know, but I said it was a good game. I watched the game.
Yeah, that was a good game.
For two shitty teams.
LSU. CJ was the only one to miss Clemson versus Pitt.
That's crazy.
All got Notre Dame. And then
you picked Clemson?
Yeah.
Then Silk and Larion both picked Purdue, and Wisconsin won. So that puts us at CJ.
Wisconsin played shitty all year, then just smacked Purdue.
Right. And wasn't Purdue ranked?
Yeah, they were, but I think that was just bullshit off of being they played like Iowa State the previous week or something like that. No, it was Iowa.
I lost money on Purdue. They were 25th.
Yeah,
I'm low-key a degenerate, bro.
Yeah,
right. Got money just laying around games.
Nah, you know why? Because Harley plays in little baby bets. He be doing $10, $12.
That shit add up when you win, though, man.
Yeah, but when you lose, it ain't.
Yeah,
I mean, addiction is still addiction, though, bro. I ain't
gonna make the man a degenerate.
No, I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got advice.
Hard not have betting the mortgage money on Prize Picks.
Right.
The wife getting put out.
Right. Wife got to sell all the clothes in the closet just to cover.
That's fucked up.
Now, what we at, Harlan?
When my wife see how much money I spend at the dispensary, she judged me the shit out of that.
Right.
I get it. What we at with it? What we at with it?
What's the records? Yeah.
That puts us at CJ 30-26, Silk 30-26, Larion 27 and 29.
Oh, I gotta catch up this week.
Yeah, you gotta take some risks.
Y'all need to
It ain't that one. Ain't that far. Relax.
Decide what the loser has to do so y'all can stop making these troll picks.
Nah, I like troll picks. What me and Silk gonna do?
We gotta do something.
Have to grow hair.
I don't want to do that.
Me neither.
Shit,
So that's what it should be. Hey, me and you should have to grow hair, and CJ should have to shave his head bald.
No, we ain't doing goofy shit, bro.
Right, hell no.
I don't want to laugh at that, bro.
We do need to figure that out though, definitely.
Yeah, let's figure out a win, like something we win. Like
we definitely need to figure that
out. Tequila or some shit like that.
A trophy. We talk off
we used to do a trophy, but I want to
do.
TJ got one of them shits when he won that year. He decided to start trophies the year he won and shit.
But, I like it.
We could do a bottle of
a nice bottle of liquor.
Yeah, we can do like a blue
to
label.
Well, now we need
some 1942 or something.
So what about the loser? No, I see what you're saying. Yeah, we'll just go for win. Yeah, okay, I got you.
Let's go like who wins.
Well, Harlan brought the,
it's gonna be two losers regardless.
Yeah, but he brought no, because it's the first, second, and third possibly.
Two losers, right?
I mean,
what Ricky Bobby said.
Like them.
So that's what we're just doing a winner. Or who's in last?
We're just doing winner. Yeah, we're just doing
winner. Like whoever wins get whatever we
whatever bottle they want.
Yeah, whatever bottle.
Right, that's
$200 max.
$200 max. I like that.
Yeah. That's cool. All right, we got Michigan State and Michigan. Michigan State and Michigan. Who you guys got at Michigan State?
Both of them boys playing all right football on paper.
Yeah, number 6 versus number 8. I don't trust John in big games. I don't trust Jim in big games. Give me Mel Tucker.
Mel Tucker, motherfucker.
What y'all like, boy? Y'all think y'all like Mel outside of the Big Ten?
Man,
I like. Yeah, hell yeah, he beat the shit out of Miami.
Mel name is Mel. His name is buzzing, man.
Y'all know my rule. Anybody that beat me is big bro. Yeah. And I ain't say Pops, big bro. Nah, a little different. I ain't calling him my dad.
Was you shocked when Craig said that y'all wasn't the Super Bowl and shit?
He almost said we was, though. He was like,
he had to catch himself saying, "No, I ain't giving you that satisfaction."
He only said, "Not quite." He didn't even say, "Hell no."
Yeah.
But yeah, give me Mel Tucker, man. I'm gonna take. Yeah, I'm with you. See, Jim never wins the big ones.
Where they playing
at Michigan State.
Yeah, give me Mel.
All right, baby. We
all went Michigan State.
Yeah, we all went Michigan State.
Yeah, we all Michigan State on that one.
All right, Ole Miss at Auburn.
Oh, you already know my motto. You didn't even ask me. Choo choo.
Lane train, huh?
Yeah, Lane train, baby. Trying to get them to come on down here, man.
I don't trust Bo Nix, man. I just don't, bro.
Yeah, I don't either. That's my only issue with Auburn is Bo Nix.
Give me Jeff Driscoll vibes. Yeah, give me Lane. I want to get risky, but
I want to play around
with Bo Nix.
Yeah, it's a night game.
It don't matter what time of the day with Bo Nix, he stink it up like
right,
early, late. It don't matter.
It don't matter. Listen, I don't care what time the clock says. Your ass stinks. Where are they playing that at? I'm not changing my pick. I'm just curious.
Auburn.
Oh, it's in Auburn. Okay. Auburn's a tough spot to play, but I'm
gonna go Auburn. I'm gonna go Auburn. Let's go. I'm gonna shake it up. I'm gonna go Auburn.
All right.
Georgia, Auburn off. Yeah, they just won last week against Arkansas. I'm going Auburn.
No doubt.
All right, so who we got next? Iowa at Wisconsin.
You give me shit. I don't know, man. What the hell?
Right, these last couple weeks been weird as hell.
Give me Iowa still. I still think Wisconsin will have football team. I'll take Iowa.
I'm right over Iowa too.
It can't be that complicated because.
Hey, real quick, somebody wants to make some money. It's Wisconsin +3. Bet Iowa, or it's Wisconsin -3. Bet Iowa +3. Make some money. I'm the general. Here you go.
Oh, I didn't. Okay.
Shout out to Harlan, bro.
Wisconsin is fair. That is because
y'all lose money. That ain't got shit to do with us, okay?
Nah, hell no.
Right. we ain't reimbursing shit.
Shit, no. Real
Yeah,
quick,
I'm
bro.
going Iowa.
About goddamn prize pick, not Harlem.
Right.
But if it hit, then we need 10%.
Right. Off the recommendation.
For sure.
It's a wild.
Yeah, I would regardless. I just think they are a better team. I'm not going to shake just because, you know, they took a L. I still think they're just better than Wisconsin. So, give me Iowa on that one as well.
Boys went home, had to tell the wife and the kids they had a tough loss, so they're gonna be ready to get some get back.
And then they had to get in the field. You know what I mean? They had to fire the tractor up.
You gotta go plow the field.
And that's some shit. After a long day of football and losing,
right.
You got to crank up the tractor and get it going.
Shit's crazy. All right, so we got Penn State at Ohio State. Give me Ohio State. I ain't fucking around with that.
That's a wild stereotype.
What's that?
Well, we got an Iowa player.
All right,
they is old shit. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. BYU old. I mean, it's what it is. You know, ain't nothing wrong. It's a different culture. It's a Midwestern culture, bro. That's all.
No doubt.
That's why them boys come back to Florida every time they go to Nebraska. They're like, man, ain't nobody to hang with. These boys going home at night. I mean, they got to put the kids to bed and shit.
She closed at 10.
My cousin, man, he like a black redneck. He love it out there. He love it. He live in Nebraska. He do. He live out there. He love
Uncle Rucky's your cousin?
Nah, not quite. I said redneck, not black white supremacist. A little
difference. Yeah, big difference.
All right, what else we got?
Penn State, Ohio State.
Oh,
That's
Ohio
tricky.
State.
What are you playing at?
At Ohio State, man. That shit ain't tricking me. That motherfucker, he too busy talking to Jimmy Sexton. He ain't watching liquor film.
He on the phone with his agent.
Hey, bro, it's crazy. They said they got I think
Ohio
in the interview, he was saying they got to prepare for Illinois. You see, 21, yeah.
Ooh, wow.
No.
They did smoke Indiana. I won money on that this week, Harlan.
Yeah, you gotta get I think that's a fireable offense to be like
21-point dog.
Yeah, that's fireable.
I'll fire you right now.
Anybody, if you had a program like Penn State and you 21-point dog, your seat definitely hot.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's crazy. Yeah, I definitely taking Ohio
State. Ohio State. Y'all, we gonna do the spread on Ohio State. What y'all think?
Well, he says down to 18.5.
Down to 18.5.
I like Ohio State. I'm sorry.
Cover 18.5?
Man, them boys bust Indiana bad. I won money on that this week. They bust them boys up bad. I just feel like Ohio State.
Indiana's not a bad football team, but they definitely don't have the same caliber of athletes as Penn State.
No, yeah, absolutely not. I just think they kind of zoned in a little bit. I think the loss stung them a little bit, and I think they're a refocused team that's trying to get back into that picture.
Of course, you got in at 21.
Degenerate. Don't worry. He bet $7. Baby betting ass.
I'll take OSU to cover.
Yeah, I just think they're gonna bust them up, man.
No, I like Penn State to cover. I think Penn State covers that, man. I think 18 has a lot of points.
It's a lot of points. I agree. But I'm a James Franklin. I wouldn't say hater. Investigator. I'm looking at this guy.
I like that. Yeah, you gotta check his vibe a little bit. Where he's coming from. He ain't really done a whole lot.
I'm just riding behind him, seeing where he goes on Tuesday afternoon. So yeah.
The thing about it is, why I ain't really like investigating because, I think too many people like Manny Diaz get jobs like the easiest fucking ways, right? So, let my dog figure some shit out, man.
Wait a minute.
Brothers don't get no pass, man. I'm not gonna be investigating Franklin. Let Franklin do his thing.
Name another Manny Diaz hire. 12 hours after the guy retired, hire.
No, it's some suspect hires around like football, even it's a lot of politics hires.
But I think Manny is honestly maybe the most outrageous hire ever. Honestly, that hire was sir.
You say that, but I think what's the difference when we hired Will Muschamp?
I don't remember the circumstances around that. Refresh me a little bit.
He was pretty much the head coach and way defensive coordinator at Texas. We hired him as our head coach.
Well, I don't think that's more egregious than Manning.
Yeah, I was about to say because
y'all had an actual search.
Right? I mean, they say I don't care about the search. Like you just think about the job that was.
Well, now them boys ain't even really search for Manning. Like that shit was just.
No, I'm not saying it's worse.
Like, bro,
I'm saying like on paper, when you look back at us hiring a guy that had no head coaching experience. He had coached.
I think at that point in time though, Champ was
like you say, he was coaching waiting at Texas.
But Champ was one of the hottest names in the country too, though, wasn't he?
Right at that time, yeah. So I don't think
he was a hot name.
Right. I don't think it's
quite as bad as Manning, but in hindsight, like
now, yeah. In hindsight, but I'm saying,
like, I mean, as Gator fans at the time, we criticized that hire. Of course, we're like, bro, how do you hire? First of all, he's a defensive mind, then a guy that has no head coaching experience. This is not an OJT job. That was the vibes of the fan base when the hire went down.
Okay, but I'll tell you, probably the push against it would be
like Zook. It's like the Zook search. Like that's egregious as well. That was an egregious hire.
I think the only pushback I could give you to that is I think Florida's a destination job, and I think Texas is a destination job. Now, maybe they didn't do the best research they could have, but they probably were saying if he's good enough for Texas, he's good enough for us. And I could kind of get that. So if you're saying, hey, this guy is just, he's right there on the cusp, he's ready for this position, I can see how you could make that call. Now, like I said, hindsight, it was the wrong call, but I could see why they would think that. Just like I can see why they hired Manny. It was just the wrong call.
We was too close to a national championship. Our brand was too big at that time. We could have went and got any like a big time hire, a big time coach. Like Muschamp was a big name as an up and coming guy, but you gotta go get an established coach when you that fresh off a national championship. Like nobody else is gonna make them type of moves fresh off a national championship. I think we fumbled the bag with those hires and let a lot of momentum go in our program without making the right hire with like how close we were to coming off a championship run.
So with that added fact, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that does make a difference.
Yeah, y'all hired man because y'all been just trying to hire a coach. We were fresh, like championship, like new vibes.
Well, like I said,
we still had some urban recruits on campus.
I mean, I'll say this and we'll move, so we won't stay here. But yeah, sure. I mean, we just got an AD that don't know nothing about football. So he just, Manny's pretty good, so we'll just hire him. Like, it's just dumbass shit. I get why he did it. He just wasn't smart.
Yeah, that's just crazy. And then you paying another motherfucker for that shit too.
CJ, I wish you quit bringing up.
You was scot-free. You ain't Rick retired. You ain't.
I know, but you keep
like you ain't have to pay Rick any money to where you had to take a discount. Man, he was just open season.
I swear to God, I think every week you be like, "And y'all paid." I'd be like, "I don't want to talk about us paying Temple no more. It hurts." What else we got? We where we at?
No games?
I think it's into the games, right? Oh, lost
CJ for a little minute. Keep it moving. Smoke, should I show him? Yeah, show me your winners for prize picks. What you got for prize picks? Let's talk some prize picks. What you gambled on this week? Oh shit! What you talking about a pick? I thought I was getting these racks.
Larry, I'm talking about I'm betting $2 and $3, but I'm sitting here with over.
Yeah, but it's
big bet hard, man.
I ain't mad at you. I'm just saying. See, look what he bet. See the single stat line, $5.
Yeah, so I want that $5 bet win 50. You do like
I'm not knocking it. I'm saying, well, okay, with all this money you got now, Harlan, why not do $100 bet?
Heck no, I ain't like that.
You would still be up big.
RollUp ain't paying me enough.
Do RollUp to pay you. You paid yourself. See what I'm saying? He took. If you turn 5, Harlan, all I'm trying to tell you, bro, scared money don't make no money. If you turn $5 into $1,000, bro, it's time to bet $100. That's all I'm saying. Do the same bet, but $100. You can't lose.
We got some prize picks from y'all right now, so y'all tell me which ones.
You got your Harlan raise, bro.
I ain't getting no damn raise.
Yeah, man. So I put prize picks. They had Jalen Knighton with over under 3 receptions. I'm definitely taking the over on that.
Yeah.
Addison over 92.5 receiving yards. I'm leaning towards the over on that. Pickett over 314.5 passing. I'm definitely leaning towards the over on that. They're going to toss the ball around.
How many?
314.
314.
Yeah.
I can see
Van
it.
Dyke,
Okay.
240. Oh, yeah, and the rushing yards too. Harden put it out there. 7.5 rushing yards for Van Dyke and 15.5 rushing yards for Pickett.
Van Dyke, I'll go over on the passing yards.
242.5.
242. Yeah, I think he have another. I think he puts up about 280.
Yeah, I think I'll take the over on that too.
Rushing, I'm gonna go under because I think he will rip off one. But I think they'll
you
probably
take
sack us a couple of
too.
times.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And in college that counts against it. So I can go there. God damn. Yo, they got Pickett down for 5.5 touchdowns. I'm going under, dog.
5.5 touchdowns?
Yeah. 6 touchdowns? I ain't with it. I'm sorry. Nah. We ain't that goddamn bad.
Y'all might be.
All right, we'll take it. You take it. You take it.
No, I ain't bad. That's a lot. That's a lot of touchdowns.
That's a lot of touchdowns.
They might do some shit. I don't know. I think I want to pick the North Carolina Notre Dame game. Y'all want to pick that one as well?
Yeah, let's throw it out. The North Carolina Notre Dame. Fuck it. UNC.
Oh, he says a typo. That's a typo. All right.
Oh, I'm about to say 5.5.
Florida State almost beat
Notre Dame. I feel like they're starting. I think they're starting to find that ground going now, man. So yes, for this 5th game, give me Notre Dame.
What's the spread in that game? Do we know?
3.5 Notre Dame. It's in South Bend too.
3.5.
That's gonna be interesting.
Give me Sam Howell, bro. Big Howell. Give me Howell, bro. Give me Howell for the upset.
Oof. I like it. What you got, Larry, on?
Sam Howell, the upset Notre Dame. I don't even think that's that upsetting.
Notre Dame, number 11 team in the country.
I don't think they that good though. So
no, they're not.
You know my vibes on this bullshit.
Yeah, I know on paper, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like,
fuck paper. Fuck paper. The games ain't played on paper. The games played in between the hedges. All right, go Dogs, y'all. What was the particular stat line? I'm sorry.
3.5. Notre Dame, UNC. In South Bend.
Give me UNC.
Bad. That's gonna be the one I can go up on. I can see it now.
Think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Oh, that's a good one. That's gonna be. I feel like you go both ways.
Because we got the Clemson game. I think you don't want to pick Clemson.
I pick FSU.
I mean,
last week, last week, yeah.
No, this week you don't want to pick. I think we both pick Clemson. So if you win that game, you can stop.
Yeah, I'll be up on that one too. Yeah,
right.
Well, all right. What we got left? Getting into life coach.
Yeah, we got some
life coach a little bit.
It's got some coaching to do.
Yeah. Shout out to good people over at Spencer's Jerky who got jokes and send me a small T-shirt.
He told me he was doing that. That's crazy.
Did he tell you?
Yeah.
Y'all be lying on Spencer. Spencer be lying on y'all. I'm telling you, Spencer be full of shit one way or the other. He told you he was doing that?
Yeah, he told me. He said, wait till I was talking to him about security system at the Kush House the other day. And for some reason he came up. He said, wait till you see this little baby T-shirt I sent you.
This is the thing though. Spence, you full of shit. Spence lied like shit because he told me, oh no, I don't know what happened, bro. He really act like he didn't do it on purpose. But anyway, I got a job to do. All right. Shout out to the good folks over at Spencer'sJerkyandJerky.com. Only made to order jerky that starts with a trip to the butcher to source tender steak specifically for your batch. Marinated 24 hours in freshly crafted marinades using only locally sourced produce and all natural ingredients with no added sugars. Spencer's Jerky and Jerky has 5 staple flavors, including original, Old Bay, habanero bourbon, mandarin jalapeno, and lemon pepper. My boy. Worldwide shipping from Spencer's. He's getting so great at it, man. Worldwide shipping from Spencer'sJerkyandJerky.com, so we can get you anything from Tulum all the way out to where the bras going now in Greece.
Santorini.
Yeah, my boy, Santorini, Greece. Shout out Rick Ross again. Use exclusive promo code Big Meat for 10% off your order. Spencer'sJerkyandJerky.com. Shout out Spence. That was a good troll. I don't know why you didn't just go ahead and take ownership of it. I laughed my ass off when I saw it.
Because Spence is great at marketing, and he knew this conversation was gonna probably pop up, bro.
I should have put that little fucker on. That's what I should have did. I put it around my neck. I gave it to my homeboy son.
We were talking about if the losers do something. That should be your thing if you lose. Like you got to put on that small ass shirt.
All right. Yeah, now we want to get goofy, right? When I want to get goofy.
That was your bag, bro.
But you didn't want to do it.
No.
All right. So
I ain't making fun of myself, bro. That shit ain't cool.
I don't mind. All right. I don't care. I think it's funny as hell.
What we got? Do we have a life coach question? Or do we not? If not,
I don't know.
No, we got shit. I don't think so. Smoke, do we have a life coach question?
No.
Shout out to,
no. Good answer, Smoke. No. I ain't seen one. I ain't seen one.
Off topic shit real quick. My Lakers looking like they might do some shit this fall. What y'all thinking? No?
Lakers. Oh, I forgot you a LeBron guy. Okay, I was like, yo, Lakers, what the hell?
All right. Oh yeah, that Lakers definitely taking the title, man.
Yeah, they taking it all the way. I like the Lakers. I think once they get this thing worked out, the chemistry will work.
Yeah, man, that's the thing, man. You got people. It's 4 damn games, bro.
Right.
Skirmish had people shutting it down, bro. Telling them like, hey, bro, it's bad.
Man, that shit happens, man. Fuck
it was fussing. These guys ain't doing shit.
But Dwight and AD, when they was in the bubble, they played together. I feel like if it was someone new, I won't have an issue with it. But these guys, they got a pretty good relationship. They're straight.
Yeah, they already said that was like killed before it was even a thing. Like, Russ just got to find his rhythm with that team. This team, I believe, is going to be a very dominant team. I think they'll be able to match up defensively well against some of the shooting teams out west. So. Yeah, my early pick to win it all is the Lakers.
That shit could get a little spooky though, man. If Clay come back healthy, that shit could be pretty interesting.
You're right. I just think they'll be able to defend the
perimeter on a whole other down level though, man.
Steph.
I like watching him right now, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Steph is quietly one of the greatest players ever, and we're kind of scared to say it. Well, I kind of say that just because I think people are a little afraid to say it because we're watching it. And it was like, wait, is he supposed to be here? And he is. He's definitely the greatest shooter I've ever seen. I tell people that all day, every day. Never seen a guy shoot a basketball better than him.
Yeah, it's also on paper too.
Exactly. You can debate me if you want to, but I watched the games. I remember.
Then is at the rate he did it, dog. Because like he's passing motherfuckers at like a crazy rate. Oh yeah, dog.
His 3 points made. It's off the charts.
Yeah, it's wild, dog.
Bro, he told my man the other night, I'm coming from the logo with it. And then came right back down and went from the logo with it.
And dropped that.
That's what he does. It's ridiculous.
Hindsight, KD fucked up. Hindsight 2020.
KD? What do you
I agree.
Oh, Durant. I thought I was thinking KG. I was like, where the hell did we get KG from? I wouldn't say that because everybody knows that KG would have won with Golden State again. That doesn't. I think KG's trying to do a little something to solidify his legacy.
KG, bro. You thought I said KG, but you keep saying that.
KD, my fault. Kevin Durant. I think Kevin Durant took the time to want to solidify his legacy a little bit differently by going to a new spot. Because we all criticize him for going to Golden State because it was an easy W. We knew they weren't going to lose. So now he's like, all right, now I'm going to go and get a ring with something that's not quite as established.
Bro, if you go lead the Warriors, you go join Kyrie and Harden. I mean, that's pretty much the same damn thing on paper.
That guy that gets fat every all season.
Yeah,
but Harden wasn't there either, though. You know, when he went there.
No, that's right. It was just Kyrie.
Harden was still with us. I'm a Rockets fan.
I don't think like KD. I think KD's greatness is kind of like everybody know he's one of the most prolific scorers like all time. Like he's one of the best to ever do it.
But he's super insecure.
Huh?
He's super insecure.
I mean, that may be the case. I mean, his insecurity let him make a bad decision. I think he should have stayed in Golden State and got more rings, man. LeBron had to deal with some of that, right? Like people judge LeBron for going to join that big three, but he like fuck.
So he went to Cleveland.
Yeah, right. Like he did. Like he went the route where people say it's the safe route. Like whatever, you know what I'm saying? But you got to make that decision to get rings, man. I think like all LeBron's decisions, regardless of how they've been made, has been to get championships, and that's the name of the game. He took himself out of easy championship. I ain't say easy, but that was his best shot
It would have been
at
easy,
getting championships. Was right there at Golden State, and they could have built a dynasty or something crazy, like you see in football and other sports. But I didn't get that move at that time, and the more time goes, it's like I don't know if he made the right decision.
I only get it because I remember when he won with Golden State, right? I remember they had the mic real close to his mom, and she was like, "Listen to me. It don't matter what nobody say. You won. You won." And I'm like, why is she reassuring him after he just won the title? So I think, and let me be very clear. KD is one of my favorite players.
No, there's definitely some like he the insecurity. We see the insecurities with the ghost
right,
accounts,
with the right,
all that type of shit. So we see that.
Yeah, and you're right. He could have made a bad decision in that sense, but it's really going to ultimately boil down to how KD looks at himself in the mirror. So when I bring up the insecurity, I think maybe that guy's like, I want to shut them up. Even though you're right, I think, fuck them. I ain't got to prove it to them. You know, hey, let me keep getting these rings. Say what you say, bro. At the end of the day, I got 6 of them. Talk about it, right? Because we criticize Brady, right? We say, oh, he's always under the greatest coach of all time. He had an old line, never let him get touched, and blah, 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 right? At the end of the day, guess what they call that man? The GOAT. The GOAT, period. I tell people all the time, I don't think he's the best quarterback to ever play. I think he's the greatest quarterback to ever
play, bro. He's the best, the greatest, all that shit. I
think there's a difference.
Manning bullshit.
I think there's a difference. I don't even say Peyton. I say Aaron is the greatest quarterback I've ever seen. The best quarterback I've ever seen play. Greatest to me, and we ain't got to get stuck in it, is defined by accolades. When I can sit around and say, hey, you've done all this. But if I just watch those guys play, I think Aaron makes plays that Brady can't make.
I mean, he can't win better.
That's greatness. That's just my opinion. I mean, it ain't fact. That's
I remember we had this discussion a while ago, and I like how you put that in perspective. I like that. I could take that. A lot of people say
they have different skill sets, and you can like Aaron Rodgers' skill set better than Tom Brady. But I mean, the name of the game and how we like quantify how good these guys are, the numbers and championships and shit like that. Like Brady can't scramble, he can't do all those things, right? But he can fucking win.
Not a move in the pocket, got a pocket presence. That's
right. He's won with the Wes Welkers and the Randy Mosses. Like he's won with Belichick, without Belichick. Like he's just shown he won with a franchise and then go to Tampa and win with a whole nother franchise, man. Like he's just showing that like his skill set is his brain. It's different than Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers can throw on the run and do other things that Brady can't do. But I think Tom Brady, from just a mental standpoint, is just a different guy.
Aaron's more selfish. Aaron wanted to get paid more. Tom took a lot of pay cuts.
Aaron, at the same, he did because his wife was making hella bread too. So I guess
but I hate when people say that though. Like
you would bread, bro.
No, but I'm saying people say that shit like, well, you know, Tom would have been the pool house otherwise. Like,
no, he would have been. He's an NFL player. He's good, but he was able to. He was able to,
take those
little cuts and throw money.
Let's say his wife made no money. Let's say she made zero money. So what? He'd be making $12 million a year.
No, he's still rich as hell.
Right, he's still rich as hell. Like,
that'd never be.
I don't know what you're talking about, dog. But no, I mean, listen, I take nothing away from him. Like I said, his greatness amounts to something. You know, it was a reason Tampa Bay moved on from a number 1 pick with Jameis because they knew they were right there. They knew they just needed a quarterback that just get the job done. You know, Jameis has always been a bit of a gunslinger. So you plug in.
I mean, we say that shit, but none of us thought Tom was gonna go do this shit for real.
Yeah, I ain't think they're gonna win.
There's a lot of skepticism.
I thought it was a ready-made team. I did personally.
The Bucs had a lot of hope. Well, they of course
the only issue I had was the O-line.
Yeah, they O-line when they got AB, got some better running backs. They got some,
and then they drafted. We traded with them, right? They took
Tristan
Wirfs.
Yeah, they got the safety from
all.
So they did good in the all season overall.
Right, they tooled it up a little
bit. That team didn't strike, especially in the COVID year where them guys didn't have no like training camps or none of that stuff, bro. There's a lot of question marks going into that season.
Even last year at one point in time,
Evans,
Nobody
else does that. That's why he's the GOAT. Because nobody
I'm
else.
not saying he ain't the GOAT.
Yeah,
I call him the GOAT. I've been gave up that argument. I don't do that shit no more. He's the GOAT. And I like him more now. I like him more now than I ever did because his social media presence is hilarious.
Yeah, it's dope.
And he does shit I would do. So I can't really be mad at him. Like, he's a great troll. So I'm like, yo, this dude is fucking hilarious. Like, when they beat Chicago, he played Love Sosa. After, in his little IG post.
Yeah, against being I'm
like that. That's dope. Yeah, they beat Chicago. Yeah. I was like, that's me. So I can't hate this guy. Try as how much I can't hate this dude. That's good as hell.
Let's get up out of here in a minute, man. I'm tired as hell. We're over 3 hours, though. I do want to talk about the Virginia Tech linebacker. We had a conversation about it in the group chat.
I'm out of here.
It's a Meeman E2 was indicted. Virginia Tech linebacker was indicted for second-degree murder after beating a man to death who he met on Tinder. Thought it was a woman, but it was actually a man. Sorry, opinion. We got to do the whole story. Pretty much, this guy he meets, this guy Robert Kelly, whatever his name, on Tinder, go on a date, get some fellatio, nice night. I don't know what happened in the indictment. Was been saying that, hey man, no, he got some head. That's what happened. Like,
okay. You said great night.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess
it depends on who's at.
If you go on a date, if you go on a Tinder date and you get head, like I think that's the aim, right?
No.
What you trying to get on a Tinder date?
Yeah, that's the aim, man. I guess it depends
on
depends who you getting it from.
Yeah. Right. But I'm saying like he don't know that yet. I'm just saying like in his perspective, great night.
Go ahead. Go.
So he goes home and then he start having like some questions about said fellatio. Like, I don't know, man. It's a little creepy. Something about that head wasn't right. I gotta go on another date to see if that was a dude or not.
Wait. We talked about this. Me and my boys was talking about this at the bar before we got it. How do you determine after the head?
Right.
Wait.
Right. Yeah, what we're saying is this jawbone, jaw structure was a little strange.
The car ride home was probably crazy. I was like, man, I don't know.
Let me say this.
If anything, it'd be before the head when I think about what shit, the motherfucker might be a little off. Not after the damn head.
Not after. I can't get no head.
I don't want to get wild on here, but I'm gonna tell you what, like my thought.
This conversation ever close, but to get wild.
This is a serious topic. We're gonna talk seriously in a minute. This is a serious topic.
Okay. I need to check out then.
Nah.
Y'all be good, man.
This is a serious topic. But I was like, my man probably hit the Adam's apple was like, yo, what is that?
Nah, ain't what happened, dog. I'm gonna tell you what happened, bro. He showed all his homies afterwards the Tinder picture, right? He was like, hey, I just had this broad come through and neck your boy down, love me, boy. And then the boys was like, hey, cuz, that's a dude. Like, nah, hell no, ain't no dude. Crazy as hell.
I think we gotta have a responsible conversation though.
I'm being serious. Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility of what happened.
I really feel like this is what had to happen because how do you, after the fellatio, decide this might have been a man? It doesn't make sense. Why? It's done now. So why would I backtrack unless I show other people who I hooked up with and they was like, hey, cuz, I think that's a dude. And then you like, nah, ain't no way. So then you go, all right, I've got to investigate. That's the only thing that makes sense to me.
Like, all right, we'll talk about that later. But here's a serious thing. Like, this guy, he beat him to death, right? So he goes back on another date and ended up beating this dude to death when he realized it's the dude. And in the indictment, the guy said that he found out this dude by reaching down and grabbing his genitals. And then he beat him to death. If say he didn't, like he's saying he didn't know it was a dude, and obviously he went back to beat him up. Like, I mean, his whole case is built around this whole catfish thing. Like he was set up. Like I think you got to be able to disclose that type of shit, man. It's a different type of passion crime.
It shouldn't go to the point of, you know what I'm saying, I guess murder, so to speak. That's what the.
I agree with that. It shouldn't, but you can't tell people how to react to that type of shit, boy. Like,
yeah, that's a tough shit. And I hate how people kind of portray, you know what I'm saying, shit like that in order to get to that end result. Because you ain't gotta fake the, you know what I'm saying, what you are, so to speak, to get that. If you like that's like giving nowadays. Like you gay, or you gay, or this that and other. Like you don't have to fake that you a man or woman to give head or get head. Like you just be you and you go get your head or whatnot. So I definitely agree that you can't
whatnot.
Yeah, you can't really.
It's no point. What is whatnot?
You know, whatever head, whatnot, whatever you want to go to next.
Nah, what? Nah, what?
But no, stop. I feel like doing this climate though, man. I feel like you ain't really gotta just hide that type of stuff.
Right. Man. You don't, but it happens, right? Like, and then like from a dude's perspective, like, have you ever been into a spot where you like walk on a chick and realize that it's not a girl?
Never.
Nah, never.
And I would admit it. Because
if I'm skeptical, I'm not even walking up on them. I'm not even.
I've seen.
Well, not walk up on it. Like you just vibing, and then you realize like later on, like, oh,
that's kind of weird.
In Miami, like I don't know what y'all. In Miami, it's some wild shit down here.
Yeah,
you gotta be paying attention to the hand and shoe size, my guy.
One of the homies, man, if you bring it up, man, he's gonna get fire hot. He was kissing a person that was what's the appropriate term? Cross dresser. I think is the appropriate term. I don't want to be offensive at all. Yeah, and he didn't realize it until he was drunk as hell in the club, and we were there with him. And
rule number 1: do not kiss in the club.
Oh man, I'm a big club kisser back in my heyday.
My boy Stacks is like that.
Back in my heyday.
Yeah, I ain't doing all that.
He's crazy. That's
disgusting. Yeah. Back in the day, I've grown. I don't even go to the club no more. Oh yeah, I definitely was. If you couldn't find me and y'all was like, yo, what Larry? Just go in the club. I probably got my tongue in some chick. I don't know.
Bro, I never trust like guys that make out in clubs, bro.
I don't care nothing about none of that shit. Trust me.
Like, who makes out in clubs? Think about that guy, bro.
That liquor be whooping your ass, man.
Nah, bro, fuck that. I ain't never been in that position. I've been looking to whoop my ass plenty of times in the club.
I've seen a girl kiss several dudes in the club one night and be like, yo, like,
oh man. See, and that probably happened to me, but I ain't know. I'm minding my business.
Oh, it definitely happened to you.
Yeah, what it is. I don't care nothing about it. Fuck it, it's over now. Shit. we talking 15, 20 years ago. I'm 41. I ain't tonguing no club, and I couldn't tell you when. But anyways, and he definitely was caught off guard and did not know. We kind of rescued him in that moment, and it was like, hey, come over here with us. Friend.
It's funny, like we're talking, we're laughing in this situation because it's funny to watch.
It's a serious matter.
Right, it's serious shit, right? Because shit like this happens all the time, like, and it can easily be a hate crime, and that's the debate here. Do you have like a crime of passion, or do you have a hate crime? And I think this is passion.
I don't think it's a hate crime. It's passion.
He had passion when he was getting that head.
He was.
That was passion.
Trying to like.
I think it's passion, bro, because he was definitely deceived. Whatever. I don't feel like he hate.
He definitely did, because I'm gonna tell you like this. All right, okay, I'm gonna tell you.
I can't say he hates McCollum personally, man, but just off the strength.
I don't know.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna say this again. Someone help me understand why after the head you thought maybe this was a guy. I think that's the key component here. Yeah. I just don't understand why after. Previous to the head, I get. I don't know. Jaws a little strong, neck's a little thick, voice is a little, or something would trigger me. So how do you get the head? Next day go, that was a dude. And then to hunt that person down. Now, me personally, okay, let me tell y'all what happened if this was Larry. I woke up the next day and I said, oh man, that was a dude. That goes to the grave with Larry. You never hear about this again. No one ever hears that I think a man gave me oral sex that I did not want. It would go away. You would never know that. You would never know. I would never be like, and that's why my homie.
That's why it's wild to me, bro. Because like,
that's why the
homie
homie
kill him.
theory
Like nobody, we're not even talking about this or care about it if he just didn't kill dude. Right?
Exactly, and that's why I say I think the homie theory is my theory is huge
He was a little
because I
embarrassed.
really think he did show some other people. Then he was embarrassed, and then the reaction comes into play.
Yep.
That's why I think because that's the only way I can do the math of.
And that's kind of fucked up. Like if he really didn't know that was a dude.
Yeah, I agree. I do believe
that's a fucked up situation to be in because like I'm gonna be real. If
I mess with you mentally.
Right.
Mentally, no, I would go fuck somebody up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's some crazy bamboozling scam right there, bro. I got been had. Now you play on my manhood, my integrity, and a lot of things depending on how I believe.
Oh, you been?
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, prayers up to that brother, man. I just think it's a case we all should follow because it's a crazy situation. Man. He's facing like life in prison.
Agreed.
19 years old. It's crazy how you go from look like being a kid or just being a grown ass man. All of this shit, right? In certain situations like NIL, like what are those kids gonna do with all that money? Why do those kids need money? But when they do shit like this, they grown ass men.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I absolutely am. I feel bad for the young guy. I do. I really do think he made a huge mistake. I think it was enraged. I do think it should probably be treated as a crime of passion in all seriousness, and hopefully that can get his time reduced. That is
that's
again, it's a dangerous game to play, and that goes with anything. Like let's say this was a woman born a woman, by traditional standards, right? What we consider, and that person has an STD that they don't disclose to you. It's the same thing. If you know you have that STD, you need to be responsible and tell people that.
Yeah, shit get dangerous.
Yeah. So I mean, in all seriousness, whatever you are presenting that or not presenting, that could be a deal breaker for someone.
Yeah, put
that you need to be honest to disclose that because I can tell you right now, it ain't a deal breaker for everyone. So you just need to be with the right people that's going to accept you for who you are and your condition and what you are going through.
Agreed. Yeah, no doubt, man. Yeah, and I think it's a real thing. I do think there's the opposite side of this too. I think there are some dudes that do that shit and then flip it out because they just embarrassed, right? So some dudes do be knowing and then still flip
psyche, out. Right? Yeah,
right. So it is both sides of that shit. So it is a real thing for the trans side of. Right, and some of them are dealing with dudes, people that want to do that shit, but still be embarrassed. They friends find out, and they get killed for that type of situation. Those are like real news stories and shit that happens out there. So it's just a real story to watch and to follow. This shit happened way back in April. The trial isn't set 2022, and right now he's out on a $75,000 bond. So shout out to him not sitting through this shit through a trial behind bars and him being at the crib. Let the minimum. The guy he did beat to death is, we said his name before, but I want to say his name again, Jerry Paul Smith, a 40-year-old restaurant project manager.
Yeah, rest in peace, man. Terrible to see all around. You hate to see life lost over something, honestly, that it could have been prevented. Yeah. Just didn't have to go that way. And whenever that's the case, I definitely just, you take your time to take the proper precautions so you don't put yourself in, these type of situations. So hopefully we don't see any more of that.
For sure. Man, I'm looking forward to the Miami game this weekend, but I can't really get in my bag and enjoy the loss, this L, because shit, my game gonna be right there at 3, so I just can't get comfortable with my shit talk. But
I ain't gonna talk shit if possible. If anything,
got big
7 o'clock.
What's up?
All right, if my shit talking happen, it won't be till about 7:30. All right, we'll see how it play out.
Nonetheless, same, you know the vibes. No cap on Sunday. That's the vibes.
Yes, sir.
Win, lose, or draw.
Now, if I lose, I'm not showing up.
Yeah, send my man's back, bro.
That's fine, good.
Easy back.
You ain't gonna hold your feet to the fire.
Hmm?
Streets already talking. You know what I mean?
Ain't nobody dog.
Nah, dog, nothing. Let's get out of here.
You get your puppy yet, fam?
I get my dog. I don't need nobody to get my dog.
Go buy the dog, bro, so you can bring him Sunday. You want to try to get a puppy donated for the cause mom.
Oh, nah, they ain't got nothing to do with that. That's totally separate. Hey, I don't want no gator. You want a gator? Want to kill your black ass? Exactly. I want a bulldog.
I don't got time for pets.
Yeah, you do. You got kids. Pawn them off on the
that's
kids.
That's exactly why I have time for pets.
Right, definitely.
I gotta take him for walks down there.
That's crazy. Your wife would kick your ass.
yeah. I'm gonna get you that shit.
Are we done?
We learned that.
Oh, damn. Ooh.
Yeah. Sorry.
I used to write this down in the show. CJ, you better beat me because you always say I take your answer.
Right, yeah, right. I'm trying to beat you to it.
This is gonna be a great edit point for y'all.
Now I learned that only my opponent came on here with some confidence. Like neither one of y'all opponents are confident about shit.
Yeah, they knew what time it was. Man.
Like, I think a lot of arrogant energy from my side. Y'all
exactly. See the difference?
So fuck.
Realist versus optimist.
No, that pit guy is egregious, bro. This is one of the greatest pit seasons ever. They got one of them.
Yeah, they ain't beat nobody, dog. They really haven't. Like, in all seriousness,
it's pit,
like when right. And so you again, just like when we was kicking ass, I was like, or winning. I want to say kicking ass. I was like, but you can't. Again, I don't apologize for the win. So it what it is. What did I learn? I learned that. Oh, I know what I learned. I learned that the food that Pittsburgh's supposed to be known best for is actual trash. So what the hell do you go to Pittsburgh for then? I don't know what the hell you go to Pittsburgh for. There's nothing there. I've been there
nothing at all. Go to a Steelers game. That's it.
That's it.
I learned that Devil had Bible study in front of Bojangles today.
That was hilarious.
That's a good one.
Bible study in front of Bojangles.
That's the name of the show. Bible study in Bojangles.
Yeah, that's the name of the show. Bible study in Bojangles.
Bang, easy. Well, we already know wisdom from there.
Easy money, man. I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. Ain't nobody covering any football better than the RollUp what we got going on right now, bro. Especially covering Florida State, the Big Three, Miami, Gators. Nobody doing this shit better. The Clemson guy that came on, dope content. Pitt guy came on, dope content. 100 Sanford. If you're a Georgia fan, tune into that. If you got Georgia friends, let them know about that podcast. Let them know about 26 Degrees. We making some moves out here, man. Whole lot of vibes, whole lot of culture. We kicking it. We got the best producers in the game. Shout out to super producers, Smoking Harlan.
Yeah.
Shout out to CJ and Larry Young. Y'all boys picked up this shit real fast, real smooth. I think the transition has been great. Just want to give y'all boys a lot of love. I love the vibes this fall, man. We all in the same neighborhood a little bit, but
let's go.
It's been a great season nonetheless, man.
Me and Silk got another show to do. All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's get out of here. You got the outro yet, Larry?
Nope.
Yeah. Follow with your boy, man, because the intro is real dope.
Yeah,
peace. I didn't know I was supposed to hit him up about that. All right, show over.
All right, for sure. Yeah, we out here.